Well, good morning. It's the day before the 3-day holiday weekend. My name is Dennis Falcone, here to play the patriotic music, if you will. Uptown, downtown, all around the town. 1986, the hardest working man in show business, James Brown.
He's trying to take over the show. All right, can you turn your music down a little bit? We got an actual
James Brown from Rocky IV.
We got an actual radio show to do.
Denny's hat is enraging.
Is it?
Yes, Denny's hat is very
Well,
upsetting.
he's trying to get into the the theme. The 4th of July weekend is we're 5 days away from that, I believe, right? Isn't it Monday?
Yes.
So why are you wearing your patriotic hat today?
Got to get into the spirit of America.
That's right.
Jimmy, what do you think?
I think it's good. Denny's been criticizing non-whites all morning.
He's ready for a Garth Brooks show.
Yes, he certainly is.
That's a very Garth-like hat.
I love how we get him in here just to play some music here and there, bring us in and out of breaks, and he's decided, no, I'm attempting to take over the entire time slot.
I was watching him he's been working on this for 2 days.
Yeah, I know. It's everything to Dennis Falcone.
Hey, did you see this Kanye West twit? He twitted out something here.
Twitted?
Yes,
What's a twit?
A twit.
Well, you're a twit.
He was playing a channel of ours when he got into his car, and it was Backspin, which plays old school hip hop, and this was the song that he was playing. That's right. He was twitting this out yesterday.
It's a tweet.
See that? Look at that, Vic.
Denny, you need to cut the thing on the back of your hat. It's too long.
It's a little long, right?
Too long. Yeah. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, it's.
I wear it like
virus.
this, like a tail.
You definitely got a Zika head.
All right.
You got a very unusual noggin there, Dennis Falcone.
There was a whole story about that in this week's Rolling Stone, the whole Zika thing.
Right.
It's a good song, by the way.
That's good too.
My Adidas.
My Adidas is a great song.
Oh, it's a great song.
Little Run
Absolutely,
DMC.
yeah.
Yes.
It reminds me of my high school years.
Yes, I used to love Run DMC. That was the first rap band, I think. Rap group, I should say, that I got into.
And when you say a little,
too.
that's like a radio cliche. I'm going to play the whole song, not just a little. You got it?
I got it.
Yeah, we got it.
You do need to trim that, though. I'm with Norton. You need to trim that.
I'll get a
That's
scissor.
bothering me.
Yeah,
He's got about
scissor.
4 inches hanging off.
I'll get a scissor.
How tiny
Well,
is
you
your
know
head?
why? Because
You
it
have no
doesn't
problem. You have no problem going to Rio for the Olympics, do you?
It doesn't have a clip there.
Nothing else can happen to you.
Trim this puppy. Trim it
Or
right
just
there.
keep fucking babbling.
Yeah, there it is. Trim that there.
He's
There we go. We got it cut. All right, we got it.
All right,
That's
good.
better.
Yeah, now you're
It just
set.
he was a little long.
Yeah.
I know. I understand.
Speaking of Rio, Michael Phelps qualified for his 5th Olympics. That's pretty amazing.
Wow.
I think he's going to win some medals, too. Good morning, Rich Voss.
Hey, how's it going?
We're good. We got
Nice.
Dennis Falcone in here for your birthday.
No.
When's your birthday?
Is it your birthday?
Oh,
Happy
today.
birthday.
Yeah, Voss's
Happy birthday,
birthday is
man.
today. You got a birthday song for Rich Voss?
Sure, hang on.
What's your go-to birthday song?
The Beatles. Play I'm a Loser.
Ah, Christ.
I'm a loser.
That's nice.
Don't you have a better go-to birthday song?
Stevie Wonder.
Very good.
Oh, there's only 2. 59. There you go. There's the other one. What's that?
I prefer the Beatles version. This is
Of what? Birthday?
This is just the hook. This is just the hook. What I do is right after I say, celebrating Rich Voss's birthday today, put your hands together for our guest of honor as we get him up there to the birthday cake to blow out those candles. So I need everybody singing happy birthday to Rich Voss today. You're right to the hook there. How about Rich, blow out those candles?
It's an art form that no one gives
What's
a
that?
fuck about.
It's wonderful.
Finally, 21 candles on that cake, so somebody buy Rich a drink.
Rich doesn't drink, you asshole.
Well, I know, but that was usually what I would do is say that because it's the 21 is legal.
Right.
Get it?
Yeah, we get it.
How can we do it where we applaud Rich's birthday and we hope it's his last?
You know what? Like when my mom was in a nursing home,
Yeah.
they would have entertainment and would be somebody exactly like him.
Exactly. Because my mom's in one of those places, and every once in a while I have to, wheel her down to a room. to see someone like him.
that. Or playing the keyboard.
Yes, all that. All that. And half the people in the room are dead. They just don't know it yet. And this poor fuck is up there trying to entertain them. And there's one or two, like, older people that are still, still want to fucking live and dance a little bit. But the rest of them are drooling and taking a nap in front of this performer.
And it smells like...
I feel bad for that guy. That's his gig.
But sometimes you'll see like a young person in one of those places that are like in their 40s or 50s that, to some reason it's fucked up, has, something wrong with them. Wow. And they got to fucking just sit there amongst the smell. And the
whole fucking thing is sad.
It's horrible, but it's so easy to go through their pockets. No, because when my mom was in a nursing home, they would steal everything from, her room.
Why don't you get her a nicer place?
Every place. What do you mean a nicer place?
I was just busting your balls because that's exactly where I was going. Even the nice places, they got problems.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because every nursing home is a third world country here.
Right.
It's fucking horrible.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, are there any good ones?
Huh?
Are there any good ones?
There's definitely good ones because I'm sure there's people screaming at us right now that work in that field.
Well, how much they pay you?
No. How much are they a month?
I don't know.
They're a lot. Well, Medicare or Medicaid pays.
Yeah, that's why I don't know because we're good in that regard.
If you had to pay easily, 4,000 or 5,000.
Sure.
It says the average is $6,200. It could be.
That's what I was going to say. $6,235
per month.
That's a lot.
You actually knew that number.
That's a lot of money. I play that number.
Is that one of your?
And we always give my mom little like pocket money, put it in her top drawer. That's always fucking gone. That's why it's only pocket money.
Think she spends it?
No. She's like, I don't know what happened to the money you guys gave me last time. I don't know what happened to the blanket you got me. There's stuff fucking missing all the time.
When I was in there, when she was, talking, maybe 8 years ago, I don't know, 9, 7, and I would go,
Wait, she wasn't talking for the last 7 years?
Or maybe 5. Or so, I don't know. I don't remember.
Right.
But I mean, it deteriorated, So I would say, go hang with, make a friend, talk to. They're all old. Well, look, spring chicken either, Cookie. But they're so used to being with their friends back home or doing, and then when you put in there, they're labeled like fucking old and done, and she don't want to be labeled that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's fucking horrible.
My mom was the exact same way. She had to rehab in one for a few months before getting back home.
She was an alcoholic?
It was knee surgery. And the same thing the whole time she was there. I don't like being around these old folks. I don't like being around them. I'm like, you're the same age as you are.
Yep. But why is she rehabbing in a nursing home?
It took longer than expected. She had a setback, and so the hospital was next to this rehab center, and it's a combo. So she was in there for like 3 months.
Yeah, no, they do that shit all the time.
And then when they completely lose it, you go visit them, and you're going, why am I fucking here? Because they have no clue I'm here. You know what I mean? It's, oh boy, happy birthday. And,
what the fuck? You got a song for all this, Dennis Falcone?
No, I'm just listening and enjoying it. I feel kind of sorry for her, Rich.
We're just preparing you for the next 7 years.
Although maybe you could get me a gig at the nursing home. They're usually afternoon gigs, so
what I was thinking. He was sitting there going, "Who books that?"
Weekday work is always welcome.
If you were a priest, why? You're not supposed to wear something over a American flag like that.
I have to wear the headphones so I could hear the tunes.
Oh, well, why don't you put the headphones and then the hat over the headphones?
That's right.
And then
look how tiny his head
over
is.
Your head.
I enjoy his tiny head. Dennis, don't do that.
That looks pretty.
I don't want to look stupid.
Oh, well, that's too late.
Don't leave the house.
We all jumped on that one. You don't have a song to bring us back together after that fucking depressing couple of minutes from Mr. Voss, who's having a birthday today?
Yeah. Well, we played a birthday song for Rich. Let me see.
All right, you don't have it, but if you did, then just play it. It's fine.
Go on a break or something.
What are you doing for your birthday?
Radio. No, I don't know. I'm going to go out to dinner tonight because it was my daughter's birthday a couple of days ago.
Oh, okay.
I got to leave at like fucking 9:45 to catch the train. I get a hotel the other night. My daughter, every time we're in New York, we told her we stayed at the hotel once, and it's like some fucking space age
Yotel.
Yotel.
Oh, you stayed at the Yotel.
So I told my daughter, hey, can you get a plate? Just
right,
because she hears something cool and wants to go. So I go on Priceline because I'm going to stay in Tuesday night after our big hit radio show, and then Wednesday.
Too many details. So
I know I do tell a lot. I got to get to it. So,
yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
so the Yotel. Go ahead.
Yeah, Yotel. And details are what you kind of need during a 4-hour stale radio show. So I tell Bonnie that I have this room for 2 nights because I had an event last night with this guy, and she goes, okay, and we get into New York Tuesday night, do the radio show. She goes, I'm going home. The bed's too small.
Was the thing the Lenny Dykstra event?
Oh yeah, last night.
You got a Lenny Dykstra book in front of you. That detail would be important this morning, wouldn't it?
Well, it would be more important when he comes in to talk about it then, not now.
I don't know. I would like to ask you about the Lenny Dykstra event.
It's called a tease.
Well, it's your show. Go ahead. So anyhow, Bonnie left me there 2 nights ago.
Right.
And I've been in there for 2 nights, right? And what are you going to do? So you go to a website and nothing happens, and then fucking.
What was the Lenny Dykstra event?
Yeah.
I get hired for this thing, and the guy, I go, what am I doing? The guy that hires me. He's just hosting it. I go, am I doing stand-up? Am I doing a roast? Am I doing... no, just you host it. So then the day before, I'm getting 3 different calls with just do this, do that, do this. Then I get a call from Lenny the next day, or the day of. I don't know if we want to roast. We're pushing the book, and some other guy calls me and says, okay, you'll go up and do 15 minutes up front, and then... you'll interview him. I'm going, what the fuck do I know about? So he gets another guy that's kind of a sports guy.
Sure, that would know the proper questions, whatever.
Type, yeah.
Gotcha.
So I go up and do 15. Maybe there's 200 people there, baseball fans. But I go up and it goes great. How hard is So it goes.
Those are not easy to get.
Yeah, I was going to say. Right.
It could go bad.
Yeah.
No, there still was maybe 4. Not if you're coming to see Lenny Dykstra as much because there's nothing I could say that he hasn't done or said.
Okay, all right.
So
did you say let's go Mets?
Huh? Yeah. And so I said there was a couple that didn't wouldn't laugh. Go fuck yourself, old couple. But the event the stand up went well. Then he sits. I bring him out and we start doing a Q&A. But this other guy, it's fucking. I got to carry the Q&A.
Why? What happened to that guy?
He stunk. I told him to go get me coffee.
Who was this guy?
Huh? He was just some guy.
Did he work for sports radio at least?
At one point, I think he worked for LIRR. What's the one in Long Island?
That's the Long Island. You just said LIRR, the Long Island Railroad.
No,
there's an LIR radio station.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, I should have let you have that.
All the one-nighters you do out there. Shut your mouth.
My backyard.
So
I want to hear about how much he stunk. That's the
guy.
That's the story here.
Then he's going and game this, and then I'm like, shut up. How much? And I go to Lenny, how much pussy was thrown at you as a baseball player? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
What was it like? What was it like? When as a comic, you do these fucking crappy gigs. All of a sudden, now you're doing a theater or something, and then you feel like, hey, finally. And I asked him, what was it like your first time playing in a pro stadium?
Mm-hmm.
Was there anybody that fucking you looked up to, or you're like, whoa, look who I'm meeting, because there's stuff like that as comics we would work and meet. You'd be like, holy fuck.
Right. Did he tell any good stories?
Yeah, he told.
What was the best thing he said last night that made people go, oh wow, that's something?
The best thing he said?
Yeah, or
he said to
most
me,
interesting thing.
He said, good question. That was, he said, that was the best thing.
What did you ask him? What was the good question?
I have no idea, because I'm ad-libbing as I'm going along. I mean, how many times do I interview athletes, that have been through, and I didn't really ask him what I wanted to ask him, stuff about jail, and
why?
Because he wanted to be as positive as he could about the book, and I said to him, "What?"
But that's in the book.
No, I said to him,
I read the whole book.
I said, "What was your favorite chapter in the book?" I talked about ghostwriters. Did you write?
Right.
And so the Q&A lasted for about 45
Right.
Then we had. No, I mean the interview. Then
Did you
a
have
Q&A
questions
from
written
the
down or
audience.
no?
What's that?
Do you have questions written down or
not one?
Okay.
And then we had stuff from
Just
the
say
audience.
no. Don't have pride and go not one.
Well, I mean, I wrote one, but I wrote some.
Did you prepare at all for this?
But he talked about, fucking old ladies.
For money, yeah.
Right.
And I
Well, he wanted to keep it positive, not talk about jail. He was talking about fucking old ladies for money.
Well, I said to him, 'cause I did the joke in my stand-up, but I said to him, I go, the good thing is on your dates you didn't have to bring condoms, you only had to bring spit. So, and Levy gave me 2 jokes, which I didn't do. Which were very good,
Yeah.
I just didn't. They were, roast.
What was one of them?
Sometimes life throws you a curveball. It threw him an 8-ball.
You should have used that one.
And then he had a book that never came out.
Yeah.
From mice to meth. Which is
funny.
pretty
Oh,
good.
very nice.
I would have said at the end, Lenny, you really hit a home run with this book.
Kept it all nice for everybody.
I said he ground it out.
He had his teeth knocked out in jail. You should have talked about that.
did he really?
And he hasn't replaced his teeth yet.
I asked him
so
about
why
that.
wouldn't you ask him about that?
Because he said he wanted to keep it positive.
Well, it's pretty obvious that the guy has no teeth. So wouldn't you
he
say,
keeps
what
his
the
mouth,
fuck happened to
he
your
keeps
teeth?
his mouth closed.
We'll ask him today.
Yeah, we're definitely going to ask him
And
today.
I wanted to leave a lot for you guys too, because I knew he was coming in.
Thank you, Mr. Voss.
So anyhow, listen to me.
That's a lie.
So
Thank you. That's a
here's the
blatant
thing.
lie.
So
Voss killed Chris, the teacher, was at the event last night.
Yeah,
He thought
nice guy.
He thought it was great.
can I one last thing? So the event goes as well as I could do in that
Situation.
and then a tweet after it, and I did slip. I think I did. I was talking. We're talking about Hall of Fame, and I go, why? Why the fuck is Cal Ripken in the Hall of Fame for going to work?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And he went to work. Hey, and I might have said. And I think I said Carl Ripken. I made a mistake. But what gets me is these guys on Twitter, you kill the whole night. But they go, hey, Opie, hey, Jim. Like they run to tell you that I made the mistake.
Carl Ripken's a big one.
Yeah. No, I was talking about his cousin.
He was Norton, right?
I love how you were looking for sympathy.
No.
That's a big one.
It's not sympathy. But
That's a big one.
It's not sympathy. The thing is, if the guy would have wrote to me and said, "Hey, asshole," it's Cal, not Carl.
But when are you going to realize there's just assholes out there and they're trying to get to you every single moment of the day?
No, but it would be funny.
Fuck those people.
No,
they're out there and they're trying to bother you.
Yeah, but
there's nothing you can do about
they're
that.
so negative. You take
Focus on the positive people. I've seen your timeline. There's plenty of people that.
Oh no, he was the most positive.
He's just trying to help you.
But just focus on the people that do like you and understand you and realize that you're a terrific comic and all that. Fuck that negative shit. They're going to be there no matter what.
Why are people like? I don't get it.
It's kind of sad, but you just got to deal with it.
You said Carl Ripken?
I always think. So we also talked about
You think that's a big one, Jimmy?
That's a terrible,
That's a doozy? Is that a
baseball
doozy?
event. Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, it really is.
But
Did you talk about Frank Aaron?
yeah. How about Bob Ruth?
but the thing is,
I knew you were going to go Bob. I
don't
knew
care if
somebody
he's-
had to go Bob.
I don't care if he smashed me on Twitter and say, "Hey, fuck, it's Cal."
Right.
But when he goes, "Hey, Opie, hey, Jimmy," like he's like a snitch and has to run to you too.
Oh, they
like,
tattled about Bob Kelly yesterday for doing Howard Stern's wrap-up show, and I'm like,
the wrap up.
Oh, good for
I'm
Bobby.
like, yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. I'm like, that was never our thing. We never told you guys you couldn't do other fucking shows. That was always Howard's thing.
Oh, God.
I'm happy when you guys get to go and do other shows that that are bigger or whatever.
Okay,
so.
well then I don't have to catch a train 9:45 to 10.
Did you ask him about Larry Bonds or?
Keep going.
Yeah, I don't want to let this one go.
Keep going. You got to
He
keep
was
going.
talking about how big Daryl Strawberry's fucking unit is.
Really?
Yeah,
See,
I
that's
got
like he
some
has a
good stuff.
giant dick.
Huh?
Strawberry looks like he has a giant dick. He's 6'5", and
He's a
It's
big
because
man.
everybody that comes to your car looks like Strawberry.
Now we're. Well, you know what? We're connected to your event because we went and saw the 30 for 30 that's called Daryl and Doc or Doc and Darryl. I forgot.
Doc and Darryl, I
Doc
think.
and Darryl about Doc Gooden and Daryl Strawberry.
And their whole rise and fall, their whole entire career and everything.
What they premiered it at?
They premiered it. It's going to be on ESPN July 14th.
July 14th when it's coming out.
And we were
so
lucky
you
enough,
went too?
Last night, yeah, I went.
we were lucky enough to go. We were on the sidewalk waiting to come in.
Was Mark Norman upset you couldn't take him?
And we're waiting for Roland, and then Judd Apatow walks up, and me and Vic were like, "Wow, we're excited to see this." I'm a huge fan of the Mets from back in the day, not so much these days. And Apatow's like, "You're excited, really? This is a fucking downer."
That's the first thing he goes. It's not good. He was right in.
And his stand-up is real. No, and he's a comic. He can take it.
No, he can totally take it.
Fuck, this thing was.
It's sad, man.
It's sad, but
brutal.
It's really fucking
it's really well
good.
done.
Did they mention the drugs?
No, actually, they never touched on that.
That's what Apatow said. If you want to fucking see something about, what did he say about cocaine for the next hour and a half?
Yeah, he said he told us on the street, and then the first thing he said in the Q&A, he's like, "I'm sorry, it wasn't more uplifting."
Wait, he's the one who directed it?
He produced.
It looks like he was an executive producer.
God, he's got his hands in fucking everything.
Mike Bonfiglio is the director. He did the Bo
I want to
Jackson.
be in the Judd Apatow business.
We got Mike coming in to talk about Doc and Darryl. This is we ran into him and said, "Hey, come on in and do the fucking show."
The director.
He's the guy that actually directed and did the interviews. They had Doc and Darryl. They got him to go to a diner and just talk about the old days together, which was pretty cool.
Well, amazing.
He shared the nugget that they, when they were talking and planning it, that the scene in Goodfellas where De Niro and Ray Liotta meet near the end of the movie, they're in a diner, and they told whoever was running the show for them, and that's the exact same diner. They're in the same diner where Liotta and De Niro had the conversation.
Well,
in
this
Goodfellas.
is fucking, that's cool.
Yeah, it was good. I thought it was.
Wow.
I thought it was. Right there,
They had the same waitress?
Is it the same fucking table?
It's somebody
That's the diner that Gullop walked into. That said two ends stole my truck. Don't you remember that in Goodfellas?
I don't remember someone saying two ends, no.
Yes.
Wow, yeah, okay. I wonder if that was the same exact table even. But it was good, and I'm not giving anything away because this is what you figure out immediately, first fucking scene, that Doc Gooden is not doing well with the drugs.
And is this...
No one, they don't officially say it in this 30 for 30, but it's pretty obvious he's still fucking struggling every day with that addiction. And Daryl's doing...
He's great. I saw him.
Daryl seems to be doing very, very well.
He's a minister.
He looks healthy, and, he's well-spoken, and Doc was shaking like a...
Yeah, I was uncomfortable 3 minutes in. The first time you see him, it's
he's
really
all moving
apparent.
and shaking.
Yeah,
as
But
he's
when was it shot? Maybe he got clean since then. How long ago was it?
Last year sometime, I think.
That's true.
It was
Maybe
dated 2015.
But
Loaded.
he admits it's a struggle. It's a day-to-day thing still for him, which is so fucking sad. These guys were so fucking talented. And
Think he has any money left?
Huh?
Doc has any money?
I doubt either one of these guys has money. I doubt it.
Strawberry, his house looked like he was doing better.
Yeah,
than
Strawberry
Doc's
looked like
house.
he did all right.
His wife might have some money, too.
I think Strawberry opened, a couple rehabs.
Yes, he did.
He owns, and
He's trying to help
Strawberry's
people
doing
out there.
okay.
Yeah. They showed Doc Gooden leaving a place on Long Island that didn't seem like it would be a place for, someone like Doc Gooden.
They made all that money.
And what he accomplished in baseball. He was unbelievable. They fell short because they let the partying and the drugs and everything else get in the way. They were suspended for a year. Both of them were suspended.
They were out a year?
Each of them.
Oh, and then there were other times they were suspended for a month or two here and there. It was ridiculous.
What year were they out?
90...
Late 80s, 90s, yeah.
I forget, yeah. I should have wrote some of this down, but...
89, maybe 90, somewhere around in there.
Yeah, I think 90.
Not the same year, though.
Not together, no.
Was he in the
but
top?
each one of them had a 1-year suspension from not being
for
clean.
different
Funny how they
problems.
both went to the Yankees, too, after that, which I
Yes.
love.
Well, Steinbrenner loved getting ex-Mets.
They did well with the Yankees, too.
Oh, hell yeah,
They were
absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah.
No-hitter.
Doc
Doc
Gooden.
no-hitter, right?
Doc Gooden pitches a no-hitter in 90... What year was that? 90...
94, 95?
I was going to say...
No. It was way after that.
96.
say-
No, it's 96 against my...
sure?
Maybe, because that's the year they beat my fucking Atlanta Braves.
I thought it was later than that. Was he with
Might
them
have
in
been.
96? He might have been.
It's 96, May 14th, 96
There
against
you go.
the Seattle Mariners. That was a big deal. And then he flew down to see his dad, and that was the last game that his dad actually saw him pitch, was the no-hitter.
Yeah.
He died shortly after that.
Right.
His dad was really sick, and they basically said, you don't have to pitch today. And he's like, I have to do this for my dad. One of those type of stories. And then he goes out there and throws a no-hitter. And it's the last game his dad ever saw him pitch.
How come the kid at Baskin Robbins never says that? I have to scoop ice cream one last day for my...
Baseball is a different thing than ice cream scooping.
Was he in the
Ice
top...
cream scooping isn't something that's televised.
Yeah. So, was he in the top... Like, 'cause I don't... Was he in the top 10 best pitchers of all time?
They said he was on track to be the best pitcher of all time.
Really?
Screw top 10. They were like, this how he throws and his mechanics and everything. He had the potential to be the best ever.
Stats wise,
so from drugs and partying, how many years did he lose?
Oh, God.
Top 10, Pedro. Wait, stop.
Stats wise, he's nowhere near the top 10.
Yeah, because he had a drastic drop off.
Randy Johnson.
No, there he is. No, I'm wrong.
Dwight Gooden's best year was 85, actually. Even though
24-7 or something, or 24 and 3.
24 and 4.
24 and
4.
Even though the Mets won in the World Series in '86, Doc's best year was 85.
Yes.
How are the majority?
And then he started fading off after 85, really.
You were a real sports fanatic, huh?
Not really.
Well, there was a documentary
Old
about
school
him
I am.
the other
Old
night.
stuff, but...
He said he's been clean since 2010.
Who?
Dwight. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he hasn't had a drink since 2010 or anything.
Oh. You don't still have that Earl Monroe signed poster autograph I gave you, I bet.
No, I didn't believe it was a real autograph. So
that was fucking real. I
got rid of it.
You got him Earl the Pearl?
No, of course I got it.
No, he got a necklace.
You gave him Earl.
Of course I got it. It's just not hanging up. All my stuff's in boxes.
The Pearl.
You signed Matt Monroe.
Yeah, that was Gooden completes no-hitter versus the Mariners. Very cool. But this thing was great, this 30 for 30, but it's dark and sad, and because you realize, man, these guys should have been way more successful than they were.
Hernandez was good in it. Keith Hernandez. Yeah, was really good. You know, because same thing. He's trying to talk about his partying and stuff, and then he has to he's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I'm not going to tell on him. I'm doing the same shit they are, or acting like he was.
Were there any managers in it talking about him?
Davey Johnson.
Yeah.
Who Lenny Dykstra doesn't really
He doesn't like Davey.
No, but then Davey, punched back a little bit and told...
you're not really one to be yelling at people.
Yeah. to Lenny Dykstra.
Yeah.
And some ex-players stood up for Davey Johnson, because that's been a whole thing with this Lenny Dykstra book the last few days. Lenny Dykstra basically said that he was drinking all the fucking time.
That Davey Johnson was drinking.
He loved his drink.
Yes, they said that when Walter Johnson, they put in his number one.
Pitcher-wise?
Yeah, but then again, he didn't face, a lot of them didn't face black hitters either.
Right.
Or Latin hitters.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in the end, Doc Gooden doesn't have the stats to be in that
the one record
conversation.
that'll never be broken in baseball is the pitching wins record.
Cy Young, 500.
511.
Yeah, Cy Young.
Who's win?
Cy Young.
Well, in the 56 game hitting streak, I don't think anybody's going to hit the 56 game.
I don't know. I think that one's doable. You can do that. In Little League, I got up to 51 games. I got bored.
I got bored. I don't want to play. I got bored.
The Ty Cobb Award just got broken because there's one guy that hates Jews more than he did.
The racism, the Ty Cobb Hate Award.
I don't have an award like that.
What else about
just ruins fun? That's not an award.
What else about that 30 for 30 last night that we could talk about?
Did they throw a ball around? That's what
a little bit.
How come they call it 30 by 30? I've never seen one. Is it?
It was, Vic actually explained this to me. ESPN was celebrating 30 years, so they were going to do 30 films.
30 different directors to celebrate their
That's
anniversary.
actually not true. They originally said, we want to call it 900, and we don't know how to phrase that.
30 times 30.
30 times 30.
Math joke, yeah.
Because I did radio with the guy. You
could have said a lot of things other than radio.
No. In Florida, he did one of those 30, and then he did the thing where they had the fighting in the backyard.
Billy Corbin.
Yeah. He's been in here, right?
Yeah, we became friends. Oh. He's been on a bunch of times. He's great. He's done a lot of the great sports docs.
Now, the guy from the backyard fighting.
The walk fight.
Isn't that the guy that just died? The MMA guy started in backyard fighting?
He was in the film, but you're talking about Dada 5000. Dada 5000 is still alive.
Kimbo Slice.
Kimbo Slice, he's featured in that a little bit, but he's no longer with us.
Welcome to Sports Talks, folks.
Well, I mean, it's a big day. We got Lenny Dykstra coming in. He's got his book that I finished reading. He talks about doing cocaine with Robert De Niro. I want to ask him about that.
Oh.
And then he met De Niro years later when he said, I wasn't Lenny Dykstra anymore, and De Niro, like, blew him off like he was the help. And then Lenny, in the book, says something like, fuck celebrities. He's pissed off that De Niro didn't recognize him years later.
Lenny,
they shared coke together, supposedly, according to Lenny
Well, did De Niro...
And some other drugs.
Maybe De Niro was just high and didn't remember him.
Right. Well, then, I mean, De Niro liked Lenny's coke so much, which Lenny calls Richards.
Yeah, they called it Keith Richards.
Right.
In the dugout, they couldn't say, hey.
He said De Niro loved my Richards so much that he was sending over, like, I'm trying to remember, $3,000 bottles of wine or something like that, or a $1,000 bottle of wine. Yeah.
De Niro does coke? That's so funny. I don't know, why would I not have thought that he did? I just didn't.
According to Lenny Dykstra in this book. That one didn't come out when the papers were, doing little tidbits about what's in this damn thing.
He was supposedly with him and Robin Williams were there when Belushi died. They were doing speedballs. That's what Belushi was doing when he died. But supposedly De Niro and Robin Williams had just left the
he was
the bungalow.
Those guys were part of that party that night.
Yeah,
and they did leave.
Chateau Marmont.
And a bunch of hours later, Belushi died.
Same thing, though. You can't picture De Niro doing any kind of crazy. I can't see him smoking a crack pipe, or I just can't see him doing it.
I don't think they were basing back. I mean, people were basing back then, but I don't think those guys. I think they were just cokeheads. And because you hear stories of the coke that used to fly around SNL and all those guys doing it.
Why is it so hard for some of these people to get off drugs?
It's available to them so readily. The best shit, and they have the money for it.
Yeah.
Well, you just say, I want it, and someone brings it to you.
But how do you don't have hobbies like where you can go take pictures of sunset? Or,
Sunsets, Rich. You gotta pluralize it.
If you only do it one day a week.
All right. It's not a bad recovery.
You explain.
They take pictures of sunsets. What? What are you, fucking a Cherokee?
Yes, he is. He's part Cherokee.
Stop looking at me trying to determine if that's accurate.
Because, you never
went to see if Blake came out of that cough.
You never went back to it, and we don't know officially, but what I saw on this 30 for 30, you're looking at Doc Gooden like, what is it going to fucking take?
No, that's not true. The first time I thought I was going to quit, I had a whole an eighth of coke, 3.5 grams, and I smoked the whole thing by myself. I was fucking, and I drove myself to Fair Oaks Hospital in Summit. I didn't know you need insurance or anything. I'm just like fucked up. I go, this is it. And I sat in the waiting room and I came down. I go, oh, fuck this. I'm leaving. Cause the high went away. Yeah. So I was so high. I didn't hit my bottom till like a year later. And then, some of these guys, I spoke in a rehab once in LA. Very, very.
I bet it was very inspirational.
Very, very prestigious, and they're all millionaires. And
shut up!
No. So listen to me.
They're all millionaires.
Listen to me.
Shut up!
Listen to me, fucking turtlehead. What I'm saying is, they don't hit a bottom.
Highfalutin.
They don't hit a bottom like your regular fucking average guy with no money, because they got so much fucking money, so their bottom is harder to hit.
Because it's a lot easier for them to get.
Yes. So, someone like Doc Gooden had enough money to get him through without hitting a bottom. Most people's bottoms, you end up like Norton's life now. Okay?
Or you sitting in the hospital waiting room or something bad like that.
And if you got millions of dollars,
makes it harder
to hit a bottom.
That makes
losing your family and stuff, but the money stuff just doesn't run out.
Yeah, and that's people's. People when they lose their family, they don't give a fuck. Look
at Charlie Sheen. He's still got the money,
right? Another thing about the Lenny Dykstra book, and it goes to the addiction thing. He obviously had problems and had to go into rehab and stuff, but he also loved to party and be with women on the road. He would tell his wife, I found a rehab facility somewhere in Europe. I'm not going to be able to, contact you for 30 days. And it was a complete lie to go and just party and fuck women all over the world.
Fuck, I got to relapse.
Is that crazy?
Right, I just thought poor Bonnie.
Bonnie, I found a place in Harrisburg.
Right. And I'm not going to have my phone for 30 days. This is what this guy was doing. He's like, look, I won't be able to contact you for 30 days. And then he knew he had free reigns to do whatever the fuck he wanted.
Well, they
for
didn't
30,
have cell phones
for 30,
back then anyhow.
Of course.
Was he broke now or no?
Yeah, he said one of the most depressing days of his life was when he realized he had to give up on his private jet.
Who?
Lenny.
How did he have that? Oh, he invested, didn't he?
He was crazy. He was like a Madoff. You know,
Yeah,
that's what he went to jail for.
He says in this book he had a system that people were using and doing very well with, and he had a website and all that, and he was. Yeah, he knew how to make money. That's
so.
For
What
sure.
happened? Like that he
Some kind of Ponzi scheme that I couldn't really figure out when he was explaining it in the book. It got a little complicated.
Well, there was a lot of fraud. That's what he
gave
went
me
to.
How long did he go for?
6 months, 6 to 9 months, something like that.
He
gave
had
me
his
a
teeth
great-
knocked out in 6 months.
No, he went away for a little longer than that.
I heard.
I don't think it was a year.
Travis,
I heard he got
2 years, right?
He was sentenced to 3,
I heard he got his teeth knocked out in jail by the guards.
and he
That's
did
what someone
2,
said.
but he got a year's
I don't know if
time
it's true,
served.
why the guards?
because maybe they had family investing.
You heard that about a half hour ago when I told you that.
No, last night I heard that. You told me that too, but I heard that.
Yeah,
last
but I'm like, you should have asked him about it. But he had some.
I didn't hear it was the guards.
He swears he didn't even do anything wrong, and they knocked his teeth out. Yeah, and he did 2 years, and it had something to do with buying Wayne Gretzky's house and a mortgage, and I don't
He
know.
bought Gretzky's
He bought
house
a
to try
$13 million
to
house
flip it.
He gave me a great stock
Hey,
tip
how about
last night.
hold on a second. Go ahead, Travis.
What did he say? Endicott Steel. Blue Horseshoe loves Endicott Steel. Blue Horse's ass loves Endicott Steel.
Reference.
Go ahead, Travis. There.
Yeah, he bought Gretzky's house for like $17 million or something, and he was going to try to flip it, and then
That's too heavy.
Yeah, but he was on steroids.
All the water.
Oh, hey.
So then, like, the housing bubble burst, and he couldn't sell the house, and I think it ended up selling for like $13 million or something. And
That's a loss.
Yeah, yes, it is very good.
Yeah, but how did the feds get him, and why did he end up in jail? That part I just couldn't really follow.
I don't know, bankruptcy, fraud, something.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking when I was just something.
You lie about a few papers or something when it comes to that shit, you're finished, man.
You're lucky you can't get locked up for fraud with. Oh fuck!
Go ahead, finish it.
Then I can't.
Give it a shot. Come on, give everyone a zinger.
So
Sometimes do you ever just look at somebody that you're in love with and you fall more in love with them? You go, why is it? Why is today?
I feel that way when I see like the grass in the sun.
So happy birthday to Rich Voss.
Yes, happy
Happy birthday.
59 years old.
Are you 59, really?
Yeah.
Does it freak you out or no? You don't give a fuck.
Do I care? I'm done. I was done years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
I was
You've been
done
playing
in
with house
Canada
money.
when I said I do.
Okay.
You got gigs this weekend, Rich Voss?
Yeah, I'm at Gotham in New York Friday and Saturday, and next weekend I'm in Lexington, Kentucky.
Comedy off Broadway?
Oh no, then I'm in Louisville.
Okay.
Where's Laughing Derby?
I don't know.
No, it's in Lexington.
Somewhere
Louisville.
horrible if you're working it.
Thank you.
Laughing Derby's in Louisville, Kentucky.
That's where I'm at next weekend. But this weekend at Gotham, and next Tuesday night, listen to Opie's channel from 7 to 9 next Tuesday, because that's where we did our live event. Would I bang him? Would I fuck him?
Oh, that's a great one. We talked about that
Would
when
I
I
fuck
did the
him? What's
show.
that?
Yeah, that's really cool.
What's that?
We did a live show where we had Bonnie and I hosted at the Village Underground, and we had 6 comics. They all came out and did 5 minutes apiece. And then we had 4 female comic judges, and after each set, they would say whether they would fuck him or not, and discuss why they would
I'd love to
fuck
have been
him.
a part of that.
That's no.
Well, yeah, we had the judges.
It's a great idea, though, isn't it? It's a
Yeah,
we're
we're trying to sell this as a TV show. It went really well, and they're airing
Who are
it.
the comics?
They were great.
Female
Becky Owen.
No, not him. It's females.
We had Marina. We had Annie Letterman, who's so fucking funny.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
And we had this actress, Emily Carver, who goes out with Pete Lee, and we had Marina.
Who's Pete Lee? You said Marina twice, by the way.
He did.
Then Carmen Lynch.
Carmen's funny too.
Lynch.
Who's Pete Lee? I don't know.
He's a funny fucking comic.
Yeah, he's a comic.
He is fucking funny.
How
He's
did I not
never
know?
been in here.
I don't think so.
No, he's fucking funny.
Oh, that guy. I've seen him.
Yeah, he's really.
I've seen Pete Lee.
I don't know him.
And we had Dan Soder.
Okay.
And Monroe.
Monroe, yeah, he's funny too.
Monroe Martin.
So all the but out of all the I mean, they all killed. But Vecchione is such a professional. He didn't give a fuck about whether they would say they would fuck him or not. He cared about really killing,
just being funny.
All he did was focus on the audience and his set. You know, because
that's him.
He's so. Prolific with his writing, and I can't believe I got that word out.
I was pretty amazed still.
He needs writing.
Wow. No, he's right.
So it's airing next Tuesday night.
I heard it went well, and it'll be on next Tuesday at 7 on this channel. So very good.
How long are you guys going on vacation for?
We're taking all of next week off.
Next week, I'll be away.
Right. So anybody going to Montreal?
Sure,
Jimmy's going.
You're going?
Yeah.
Because we're doing the radio show up there on Friday.
What, this Friday you going?
No, the Friday of the festival.
Yeah, it's in July, right?
Yeah, it's July 28th.
I think I'm going up there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so
you come on radio with us if you're up, and bring him down too.
We'll figure all that out, Mr. Voss.
Is Bonnie working with you at Gotham this weekend?
No, but she wants to do a guest spot because she's doing Colbert in a couple of weeks.
Okay, right.
She's supposed to do it tonight, and it got bumped to a week.
Why'd they bump her?
They didn't. She just got the gig 2 weeks ago, and they weren't sure if it was going to be tonight or in a couple of weeks from now.
So it'll be a couple of weeks. She'll be on Colbert.
Yeah,
nice.
She's on. We sold a TV show last week too.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah,
things are looking up for the Vosses.
I better knock her up.
Make sure she gets on Colbert before they cancel that thing.
Is it not doing well?
Really?
Oh, Jesus.
Is it really, Paul?
Wow.
Paul actually shuddered. Paul, comment?
There's problems with the Colbert
What's
show.
happening? I've heard.
They got rid of their showrunner. They got rid of their executive producer.
They've been changing a lot of stuff around. And none of it's working.
Yes.
Wow. Do you know the girl that books it?
I don't.
Remember? Did you? I don't know if you ever.
Oh yeah,
her.
but she's booking it.
The one who wrote the article.
Yeah, I like her.
Yeah,
I know her.
They're trying everything.
She's good looking.
She is, yeah, but she's been involved with comedy for a long time. I didn't know she was booking.
She's a writer. A lot of articles and.
Oh yeah.
The last one she did on the Cellar.
I know.
I
know what you mean. I didn't realize she was booking it. So what is it with Colbert? I have not seen 1 minute of this show. Is he not good? Is it different to see him not doing his character, or?
That's a very good question. I have not watched enough to give you an answer to that question.
Me either.
But it's certainly not hitting.
I went to the live show after the Super Bowl.
Oh my God! What a game! Guy who misses the point.
And it's like you don't get excited for anything that they do during the show. It was just interview. It's just everything's not working with it.
Is it boring?
They switched it up. They tried like the first episode. He was doing the introing the guests and everything for the credits at the beginning, and then they switched that out immediately. Now they start every show with a cold open, and everything's just switching up every week.
They're trying to find what works.
Yeah.
Voice.
He was an interesting replacement. No one saw that coming.
No, that was.
Who do you think would have been?
I don't know. You can never tell because you're replacing Letterman.
Right.
I mean, it's like a guy like Conan seems like a logical replacement for Letterman, even more than he did for Leno.
Of course.
That's a weird one.
Yeah, they were trying to do,
no one saw.
They were trying to do something very different, and it's just not working.
No one saw Trevor Noah. No one saw.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, late night. It's just.
I'm with Jimmy. That's like the following the Hall of Fame coach following Letterman in there. It was almost no matter who it was, it had to be the perfectly right person, or it was not going to go well.
Fucking Gervais.
Well, something. If he would do it, they're not going. He wouldn't do that.
No, he doesn't need to do it.
Exactly.
Talk show.
He
would be so fucking good, though.
He would be good, maybe, but
you don't know how someone's going to be though after 2 weeks. Like he might be, but once the initial, oh my God, this is new and fun wears off, it's not. That's a fucking grind, man. Doing 4 nights a week on live television or just TV clean shit. Ugh.
Who told you that?
Well, many Well, I'll explain because some of us have been on some of the late night shows. Dave told me, and Jay told me, and
there you go.
Jimmy told me.
I did Kimmel.
Shut up! You didn't do Kimmel.
I did Kimmel and Keenan. I quit late night. I won't do late night.
You quit doing late night shows?
Yeah.
Good
Who wants to do 4 fucking
That's like saying I quit fucking Scarlett Johansson. she just won't do it.
Yeah, done with her too.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, fresh off an all-time low since Colbert succeeded Letterman as host. The CBS late night series did, however, tick up to a 0.42 demo rating from a 0.38.
I don't know how many people that is.
Yeah, I don't either.
A 1 is a little over 1 million. It's usually equates to
really?
a 1 is it means per million.
So we're talking only 400,000 people?
Looks like it.
Ish?
Yes.
Oh, that's cable's doing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, kidding me? Something. Yeah, the American Pickers is beating him on the History Channel.
Well, that's a documentary for you.
Documentary. It's a mini-series. Are you kidding me?
Well, I bet you Impractical Jokers is doing better than that.
Sure.
Impractical Jokers, they did fucking, I think, Wembley in London.
Jesus.
They are massive.
They sold out Radio City, like 2 or 3
it's
shows.
a massive show.
Yeah. In London, too?
Yeah, it's a huge show, man.
Yes, it is.
And the guy, one guy, Sal's the nicest guy in the
They're all
planet.
nice, dude.
They're all great.
I only know him, yeah. Who would be a good host? I'm going to think.
I do a good job.
Yeah,
so tell us exactly what were you thinking. Tell us what you were thinking. I'm asking Bonnie. What were you thinking? I'll do a whole bit like Touch Rich where we have audience members go out and scratch him because he hates it.
Should we hug you for your birthday?
No, we'll do that later.
That's right. Happy birthday.
What? He likes hugs.
He loves a good
I
hug.
thought. No, I knew he didn't like to be touched, but I didn't know. You don't like to be touched, but hugs are okay.
Yeah. No, are you crazy? It's gross. I was doing a convention for a 12-step recently, and it's what this 12-step program always wants to hug you. And I'm like, get the fuck. If I knew how to hug, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
Okay? Get off of me. I don't know you.
But what's the problem with a hug? You can fake that you like it.
No, after
but you're really bothered by
well, especially after the show, everybody wants to fucking hug you. And also, 2 people go, good show, want to shake your hand. Well, don't touch me.
Why don't you be a person and realize that it's you.
Yeah.
The issue.
You like shaking hands after?
You need to a little bit. It keeps you fucking...
No, that's not the answer. I said, do you like it? I didn't say, do you need to?
I don't mind. As long as your hands aren't sweaty. Just wash my hands after you fucking lunatic.
Who cares?
Yeah, I'm serious.
It doesn't make a fucking difference to me.
Because it never happens.
Okay, right, true. Nobody wants to shake my hand or hug me.
I do. Bonnie and I were talking about Vic driving home the other night, and we realized he's one of the best fucking guys on radio that you could possibly have. He's smart. He laughs. He gets everything. Good choice. Bad choice. Good choice.
Pointed at me and said bad choice. So
I'm like, he went all that way just to give Norton a hard time.
No, it's true. We were driving home going, even though everything else is failing in Vic's life, we know.
I've got this one for me.
He's fucking so good on radio. And we used to do these things at the comic strip and have some, remember when
that's what I was telling him the other day. When you and I and Bonnie would sit there and roast the people, the newcomers, it was really enjoyable. And Patrice, too.
Yeah. Was that the Richie Tinkin thing?
Yeah.
Sherrod?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Sherrod used to host it, and they would still have the lottery show.
Those roasts?
Yeah,
I felt bad doing that. I didn't like shit on the new comics.
I didn't bother me. Yeah, he was awesome at it. He was amazing.
Well, did you hear the Bennington 101?
Yes, I did. It's amazing.
How fucking funny is that?
Yeah, they have a buzzer. They can stop them. Yeah.
What's that?
There was a guy. I'll tell you
same, more or less same concept. New guys come up and.
But no, we didn't give them a chance to talk.
No, I know. Some of these guys didn't even get a joke out.
Yeah. We had a bell to ring, and then so there was a guy that had brain damage. That was
she married him.
So 7-4. So this guy at the end of the show came up and he's giving a long speech on veterans and brain damage and how you have to help, and it's a real heartwarming speech. And all of a sudden, Bonnie goes ping with a bell in the middle of his fucking speech, and it was so uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Bobby threw his bell at one of the comics.
Oh, that's good.
I called him Simon Cowell.
Sure.
He rings the belts around his neck.
He just shakes it. He just shakes it violently.
It's so fucking funny.
It's a great show.
Yeah, how about you invite your pal to do one of these once in a while?
No, Bennington
That's a Bennington thing.
Oh, Bennington. Okay.
That was Bennington.
I told Bennington he's got to sell that thing. That's another great concept.
It's fucking unbelievable how good it is.
Right. Well, do you have food, Jimmy? I'm ready to eat.
I want to get some food.
Oh, you ate through this?
I did.
Oh,
how do
fuck.
I get food?
I was waiting for you to get some food in front of you. I never noticed. You want food?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to break. We'll get you food. It's our last show before a nice week off, a little vacation for everybody. Dennis Falcone is in studio.
I'm glad.
What do you mean?
That Dennis is here. I love
He's not even doing his job. He's supposed to pop in with music.
He dropped in a little comfortably numb right there for
brain
Voss.
damage.
For brain damage. Rich Voss is at Gotham Comedy Club this weekend, and then he's got the Laughing Derby in Louisville, Kentucky, July 7th through the 9th. And, of course, My Wife Hates Me, Tuesdays at 7 on this channel.
Yeah.
And Jimmy's going to be on the road again.
No, I am moving certain dates out of the summer. I have to move them until probably September because I may be shooting something.
Hopefully it's yourself in the head.
With a cock. Yeah, but I'm not 100% sure, but I can't cancel them like the day of. So it looks like I'm going to have to move Oklahoma, Fargo, Minneapolis, and then possibly Columbus and Pittsburgh. I just don't know. It's all end of July stuff.
Tell him I'll fill in.
And it'll be in probably in September.
That means you're filming something big.
Well, no, it's a matter of a lot of times of availability. They don't know. They call putting you hold the dates. They don't know.
Hold.
And it's like one of those things where if they need you,
right,
they'll let you know a week before, and then it's like you got to cancel a gig. It's like
all right. So you go to jimnorton.com to make sure.
I'll let you know. Hopefully, I won't know by the end of the show, but I'm just putting it out there that it may happen.
Right.
So I don't want people to feel. I apologize. So it's a problem, but there's nothing I can do.
That's going to be cool to see you on.
You stopped everybody because you went so.
Oh no, I had to.
I was waiting.
Oh,
all of a sudden you went so, and we all stared at you.
No,
like
I was going like so. You're shooting some. Who cares?
Oh. No, that's why. So in also the new UFC podcast is up. Number 4 when John Jones calls in, and we had quite a good time with John.
Who do you do that with?
Matt Serra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a very good podcast.
Thank you. He's a fighter. He's an ex-fighter. He runs.
You do
schools.
it here out of Sirius?
No, we do it on
Let's get some meat.
Side.
And John Jones called you out a little bit.
He did.
I love it.
That was funny.
Because I told I wanted Cormier.
Yeah, well, because we had Cormier in here, and I love Cormier now. He was so great on the radio and really nice guy. So I like the guys that come in. Then I decide that's the guy I want to win the fight. And then if John Jones came in here, I probably would go, you know what was I thinking? Of course I want John Jones to win this
Well,
thing.
we talked to Cormier a week before. This was a phoner. And I said, like, yeah, man, I hope you win. You're a nice guy. And then I told Jones, like, yeah, I kind of told Cormier, I hope. He's like, I know, I heard. He's listening. Oh, no.
Have you had Billy Jack on your show yet?
No, we just literally, it's only been 4 of them.
Huh?
We do them twice a week. There's only been 4.
Yeah, they're just starting out.
Yeah, it's just starting.
You didn't have Billy Jack?
No.
He's only had a few.
Fucking idiot. He's a TV star 40 years ago.
No, I know, but you're old, so I thought he might have been a guy that just did karate when you were young.
All right.
There it is, 110 Soldier Coven.
I
love that song. He's playing Billy Jack. 110.
Other things tonight, Sam Roberts' show is live at 7 for the first annual Sam-iversary from the Fishbowl.
Oh, what a douche. I'll be here for that, by the way.
Sam-iversary.
I'll be here for the Sam-iversary. I'm also doing Red Eye tonight.
Are you? Very good.
From where's it from?
Oh, forget it, Rich.
Friday.
Friday at 6, it's Eric Nagel's 2-year anniversary from Demented Brewery that he taped. And then you got Roland's Food Court. Who's making me read all this shit?
Don and Eric.
Friday at 8 p.m. Roland's Food Court with the Mad Cuban and featuring Netflix Chef Table, right? Okay. And then I just found out that me and Jimmy will be on Jim Gaffigan's show. Our episode airs.
Oh, that's cool. What is it?
Sunday, July 10th.
What's the title? No Pigment?
Just
next.
That is true. I was actually reading something through Opie and Gaffigan. Pal.
Tomorrow night is our last night. Women Aren't Funny on Netflix.
Women.
That's what
Where's it going?
Women.
Where's it going?
It's off net. We had a 2-year run with them, and they didn't re-up it. It's still on iTunes.
Wait, they're taking it off Netflix? That thing pops up a lot in the documentary.
It had 2 years.
Yeah, you don't want to be on Netflix anyway. It's just the place everyone goes.
It had 2 years.
Shut up. And by the way, the Gaffigan, the real star of the Gaffigan show, Eric Nagel's hand. Eric's hand will be in this episode. So watch.
Featured.
Really? Yes. Watch Eric's hand featured. He comes in now. He doesn't like anyone to see. His hand is in it has lotion on it, and it's in a plastic bag, so that no damage can befall it.
He wants more work. He wants to make sure his hand gets more work.
Yeah.
His hand appears in our episode.
Yeah, does the camera add 10 pounds? Good question.
They gave us a nice scene, though. And so we'll be on July 10th, the Jim Gaffigan Show.
And they're showing it, because I had to go in and do a voiceover for
one line or something that you had to redo.
Just change the word.
Change
one
a
different
bit.
word. Yeah.
They said it turned out great. I can't wait to see.
They always say that, though.
I know.
I never have faith. That was good.
Dennis, take us away for a little while, buddy.
All right, being we're playing some patriotic tunes today, right around this time of the year, 1980. Maybe this was playing out of your AM transistor radio.
I hate this fucking song.
Charlie Daniels Band.
Fucking hate this
in
song.
America, as we get to celebrate America's 240th birthday here on the Opie Radio Show. Good morning.
And you feel like you're at a family reunion.
Yeah, it's too much.
Warming up for the 4th of July holiday weekend. Let's go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's Chuck Berry.
Thanks, Dennis. Got Rich Voss in the studio, Vic Henley, Jim Norton.
Why does Dennis play music like he's at a county fair?
It's the 4th of July. He is at a county fair.
He loves to do it, too. He does. He absolutely loves what he does. Good for Dennis Falcone. You got any big gigs this weekend?
Yeah, I got a wedding this weekend.
What are you doing on the 4th?
On Sunday. The 4th, I was supposed to have a party, but the people canceled because they had a death in the family.
Oh, Jesus.
I said, you should have the party anyway. At least bring everybody up.
Of course.
Well, who died? Was it one of the people throwing the party?
No, it was an uncle.
What'd he die of?
Yeah,
God
shit.
rest him.
If you play, if like a couple gets divorced, you got to come back and play all the songs in reverse.
Oh, I did a wedding once for one woman.
It was so bad. Thank you
weddings.
for saying that.
I did a wedding once for one
His
woman.
autism saved you.
Thank you.
That was just sounds that fell out of your mouth.
What did you say? You did what?
I did a wedding, 3 weddings for one woman. I did the first one.
Yeah.
She divorced that guy. I did the second one. He died. And then I did the third one.
Wow.
Still waiting for the fourth one. I could use the money.
Where do you wait for it?
All right, then. Voss was
Now
telling
we're
me during the break that you got survival kits now
Well,
because
here's
of
the
Naked and
problem.
Afraid.
I watched Naked and Afraid, which I love.
Is that show that as good as everyone says?
If I need to come, I watch it.
Yeah, it's like,
You like it?
I fucking love it. Here's, they get to bring one thing from their, they're in like, the rainforest here. Hold on, they're in the rainforest.
We know how
here.
Survivor.
Okay.
It's like Survivor, but they're naked.
They get to bring one thing.
We understand how it works.
They get to bring one thing from home. Somebody will bring a pod.
Right.
No one's ever brought an RV. You know what I mean? Nothing. But I watch the show, so I fucking love it.
It wasn't that bad.
I know.
It really wasn't.
It's good when I lead up to it in my fucking dog and pony show. So
There was just a bit of desperation.
there's no desperation.
There was a little desperation in that. Yeah.
So I figure, you know what?
Do they bring matches and stuff like that to start fires?
I don't know.
They're allowed to bring one thing each. I watch it all the time every Sunday.
Voss said that already.
They're allowed to bring one thing, so you could bring matches or a
Hey,
knife
why don't
or
you
something.
bring one thing, a fucking muzzle? Okay? I said that. Listen to me. That was mean. Why am I mean to a guy?
Naked and Afraid, and we don't have to take our clothes off. Make story back to the big 80s.
To have a good time.
There you go.
You know what's weird?
I thought you were going to go with "I Will Survive."
the first time
that was hacked, right? That was hacked.
Exactly.
The first time
You got to put your headphones on because Dennis
sorry.
is, he's going to be playing music as we talk here. He finally decided to do his job.
Well, you guys are all going at it. I didn't want to interrupt.
It's fine. Anyway, go ahead. Rich
So they
Voss.
meet up for the first time. And like, I would love to do the show.
Yeah.
But like my dick, soft is horrible, but hard, it's really fucking nice. And if I had to walk up to a stranger naked, I'd have to get it hard, and that would be so uncomfortable that, you're spending 21 days and this guy walks up to me with a fucking hard on. So, listen, in context, this all works. But what I'm saying is I watch the show, I'm going, you know what? Maybe I should put together.
so
Maybe you should do Survivor for anyone who can get through this story.
So, I heard something there too. So if you're on Naked and Afraid, you want to be with another dude.
No.
You said if a dude comes up.
No, if when you
heard
up,
that too.
I certainly
Thank
did.
you.
But then I have to change the title to Naked with His Mouth Full. That's those guys.
There you go, Rich. The vinyls. And I touch myself.
Anyhow,
I
put together. I said, you know what? I got these backpacks. I put 4 survival backpacks together in my house. Well,
4?
3 in the house, one for me, Rain, and Bonnie, and then one in my car in a case with a little tent in the car, in case you never know if you...
So what does Bonnie think of the survival backpack?
She's been living 10 years in survival, you know. Oh, God, I started off strong. She doesn't care. Like, I just like buying this stuff on eBay. I bought some.
Does she think you're nuts for putting these things together?
No, I bought some machetes, some axes, all kinds of
machetes in your survival bag.
Yeah. You need that to cut the bamboo down.
All of a sudden there's going to be bamboo in Jersey?
I was going to say there's a lot of bamboo in Jersey. People don't realize pandas and bamboo. Yeah. It's one of the last refuges.
And I got.
Give me the list of things in your survival bag.
I got. Tons of flashlights, batteries. I bought a head flashlight. I got my backpack has a little cooking kit about this big. I have, what else? I have tent, I have like tents, small tents. I have real big ones too, but I have ones. Then I have the blankets that are made out of like aluminum foil.
The space blanket.
Yeah, space blanket.
Yeah.
And I have, I have food that lasts for like 5 years.
What kind of food?
I don't know.
The vacuum sealed, freeze dried stuff.
I got
you just add a little water and you're good to go.
I have some vacuum sealed water.
Yeah.
I have.
How about a little junk food? Junk food junkie.
Larry Grips.
Larry Grips. The health
food junkie.
But I made 4 of them, and they're really good backpacks. Yeah. And I got in mine. I have. I just bought one of those. Little fishing things. What are they? Popeel? Is that
Pocket fisherman?
Yeah, I got one of those in mine.
So you can do a little fishing
if I have to fish.
Yeah.
I bought a book on how to trap animals.
This guy danced to the naked girl. We're looking at clips now. This guy knew he has a terrible body, and he said, "Fuck it, I'll just own it." And he like kind of shuffled up to her, all like shaking and dancing.
Yeah, but you got to show the whole camera crew your fucking unit. It's got to be so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't know how you actually do that. Oh, she's got all sorts of cellulite.
It's very produced. You know, you're sitting there.
Where do they keep their mic packs?
Oh, that's a
yeah, right. I'll look at no kidding.
They probably have a boom mic over on top of them everywhere they go.
Right. Her ass is a mess in this fucking clip we're looking at.
It's a good show. I mean, if you
has awful nipples too.
If you can get through how produced it is.
Yeah. They have no problem showing her awful ass in this clip.
That's all you can get away with, I guess. Maybe.
You're allowed to show the ass.
Yeah.
Which other one?
It's Discovery, right?
They can show everything then.
No.
Of course they can.
They never
They're
show
allowed to show everything. But I'm saying Discovery can show whatever they want. They're not FCC bound.
They're cable.
They can show anything they want.
Yeah, but they want kids to watch the show.
Well, then exactly. Give them something to look at.
Baby got back.
Yes, baby got back. All right, so you got some survival bags.
You don't have that kind of stuff?
Ah, man, what are you going to do? When it all goes to shit, what are you going to do? There's stuff in your house, I guess.
And then in my basement, in my storage unit, which is a big storage unit in the basement,
yeah,
I'm putting together a bunch of stuff down there too.
Like what?
You know, supplies, water, tuna, sardines.
Oh, you're losing your mind. This is great.
Yeah, you really are. You're becoming a survivalist.
Yeah, you're losing it.
You're never going to need that stuff.
Huh?
You're not going to need that stuff.
No.
You never know.
I do know.
You never know. If Trump's elected and the race war starts.
REM. He's playing at the end of the world as we know it, REM.
For you, Voss.
If you put your headphones on, you could hear what we're doing.
I don't want to.
Keep taking them off. It's not messing up your hair.
No, it's
right, Denny. You're right.
It gives me a headache.
Denny has a good, delightful hairdo.
Yeah. His Eddie Munster dude.
It's called the blown back layer look. It was inspired by John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, really? That's where you got your hairstyle from?
Yeah, I like that.
Good for you, buddy.
Oh, there you go.
Gotta have a little,
It suits you.
It's appropriate since your lifestyle is inspired by his.
Are you married?
No, I'm single. Oh.
Yes, I am.
How long?
33 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
33 years.
That's unbelievable.
He's got adult kids.
Yeah.
How old are your kids now?
My daughter will be 25 in October. And I have a 21-year-old and a 19-year-old.
All girls?
It's amazing.
Nope.
You don't think of Denny having adult kids?
2 boys and a girl.
Are they all married? Do you have grandkids?
No, not yet.
Are they good kids?
Yeah, they're great kids.
So
my daughter works for Us Magazine. She's a writer.
And what does your other two do?
The other 2 boys are in college.
Where?
In college.
One is up in Newport at Salve Regina, which is a nice school up there.
Sloppy vagina?
No, it's a nice school. And the other guy's at Seton Hall.
That's a good
My
school.
grandmother
Yeah.
used to work there.
In Seton Hall?
Yeah.
She's a hooker.
She worked in the library.
You guys you had a few years to yourselves before you started having kids then, huh?
Yeah, I was in radio, so I didn't make any money.
Oh.
I kept getting fired.
Right, so you can...
You know how it is.
yeah, you can...
Where was your first job?
For a family.
First job was at the end of Long Island, a small town called Riverhead.
Yeah, I know Riverhead.
Way the heck out.
Yeah. Nice town, better activity.
What station? RCN?
1390 WRIV, the voice of the East End.
Yeah, they had to swap out the H. The station was getting a bad rap.
WHIV.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course. Very nice, Dennis. Thank you. Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm Jersey.
Long Island.
Long
Brooklyn.
Island
Well,
guy.
actually, I was born in Brooklyn. Yeah.
You're a good guy.
Thank you.
Do you like Welcome Back Cotter?
Sure. It was a good show.
The song is good.
Mr. Cartier. Let me play it for you.
John
No,
Sebastian.
it's all right.
Love a spoonful.
Well, he's a Brooklyn boy. That's why he probably likes the
Yeah, right.
America's 4th largest city.
Nice. Right. That was always, yeah.
They have the sign on the Belt Parkway right before the bridge. They used to. You say, forget about it.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah, I
exciting.
remember that.
Back. It's a good song. Huh?
Totally.
Best sitcom riff ever, maybe. Oh, this is a good one.
Nice.
John Sebastian made a lot of money on this.
Oh, this wasn't written for the show, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this was written
Yeah.
for the
Yeah,
show?
yeah, yeah.
This wasn't a song that they incorporated?
No, yeah. I forgot it was John Sebastian, but...
Love a spoonful.
Right.
Who wrote the song for Cheers?
Well, oh God, Gary.
Portnoy.
There you go. Thank you.
That's a good song. Play that after.
Where everybody knows your name. Yeah.
Making your way in the world.
I fucking love this song.
It's a great.
I fucking love this song. Look at
Exactly.
all happy. Nothing makes him happy.
You just like the idea of people knowing your name somewhere.
At home.
Everybody sing.
There you go.
How good is it?
He's also a Brooklyn guy. It says.
You think he made a few bucks off this song?
Who knows what they give away though when they write it? Like, do you just like the Nike logo person made $50 for that logo, for the Just Do It logo?
No,
Is that really
fucking
true?
way.
Logo, yeah. It was just the contest. I forget how it came about.
And they won't fucking throw him a kickback now.
No one throws money. You don't throw money at. There's no. It's not business. No one does it.
Hey, let's
No one
play
does
Guess the TV theme this morning.
No, it's all right.
That's Cheers.
Yes, companies sometimes go, you know what?
No, they don't.
It was on TV. No, what do you call it? I read online a guy had millions and millions, and he just shared most of the company with his employees.
What company?
And he's making what they make a year. That's what he's paying himself, like $80,000.
Yeah, but that's his salary. He's still-
Exactly.
No, but he's giving everybody in
company
the
is this?
company $80,000.
What company? So we can find the story online.
Look it up. How do
I look that up? That's what I'm trying to
Guy
say.
gives $80,000 to
All right, can you
employees.
put in the Google guy gives $80,000
to employees?
to employees? Let me see what comes up with this. Thank you, Rich.
I bet it comes up.
Yeah?
Yeah, 80,000 is a weird one.
CEO raises, okay.
Yeah,
Minimum
there it
wage
is.
to $70,000 a CEO raised his.
And some employees quit because of it?
Will you go back to the headline so I can get?
Well, I can't because it won't fucking go back.
Well, you're the one that's got to fix the computers.
A CEO raises his company's minimum wage to $70,000 a year, and some employees quit because of it. Now, I don't know why. Dan Price.
Is that who you're thinking of, Rich? Dan
Yes.
Price, founder and CEO of the Seattle-based credit card payment processing firm Gravity Payments, announced he was raising the company's minimum salary to $70,000 a year. He was met with overwhelming enthusiasm. This sounds like a different story.
It was $69,000 a year before.
Everyone started screaming and cheering and just going crazy. One employee told him the raise would allow him to fly his mom out from Puerto Rico to visit him in Seattle.
When he heard that, he immediately lowered it again.
He got a call from a candidate.
Another said the raise would make it possible for him to raise a family with his wife. Overnight, Price became something of a folk hero, a small business owner taking income inequality into his own hands.
So why would people quit? Does it
Well, that's
say?
what we get into.
But in the weeks since then, it became clear that not everyone is equally pleased among the critics. Some of Price's own employees.
I'm guessing it's people who started lower and had to work their way up all of a sudden, seeing this money given to someone who didn't have to work for it.
There you go. Spurred in part by their view that it was unfair to double the pay of some new hires while the longest-serving staff members got small or no raises. That made a couple people leave the company. They were mad.
Yeah, I don't blame them. That'd be annoying.
Right. Well, he should have gave those guys a little extra.
Yeah, a bump up of some
Right?
sort. Sure.
That's a pretty cool thing to do. You obviously, Rich, you started this, and now you're reading your phone.
I'm reading about the story.
The only reason we're doing this is because you brought it to the show. I would have never talked about this. I'm trying to make it work, and then I look at you, and you're just staring at your
over
phone.
here.
He tapped out. He tapped out on his own story. What the fuck? I don't.
Oh, please. I tapped out after NEW.
I found the story that you were
It's a good
brought
story.
brought to the show.
I'm just saying people give back sometimes in life. And you
I
feel
think they
good.
should at times. I mean, the Nike logo that person only made $50. You got to think somewhere someone's like, wow, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, give them a
And then
couple
you-
of million.
And then you
Make-
squeeze them a nice check to say, hey, I know it wasn't the deal, but thank you.
Yeah, you know what, Nike, here's the deal. I buy Nike all the time, and as a Nike customer, I think one of the CEOs could take maybe a little bit of their fucking millions and send this guy or gal that came up with the Nike logo and send him a couple million. Maybe make his life a little
Doesn't
easier.
work that way in business, because then you have to justify why you gave the money away. I'm telling you, it's just not the way it works. You're right, it'd be nice, but it doesn't happen. No one does it. No one does it.
Well, a lot of comics, you take care of your middles, or
Didn't that happen with Whiteout? The guy that invented, was it Whiteout?
The guy from the Monkey's mom invented whiteout. Michael Naismith's
Oh, then maybe I'm
mother.
thinking Post-its.
Yeah, that's
I might be thinking Post-its.
Okay.
It's one of these things.
Let's monkey around this morning.
That's pretty fucking quick.
that is good, Dennis.
Oh, the monkeys.
There was a guy that was working for a company, and I think he invented the I want to say the Post-it, and he got nothing for it because he invented it while he was working for this particular company.
3M is posted, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
It's one of those. Maybe someone can help me. I think
He asked for a raise. He just kind of wrote a little note and put it on the...
He should have stuck with it.
Wow, so he fucking...
it might be the Post-it. It's
Arthur
something
Fry.
like that. Demands credit for Post-it note. And so yeah, he was trying to get money for this.
Well, you
Florida
can't-
inventor Arthur Fry. Could you go back there, Don?
Yeah.
They're like 400 million. So
Where was it? Where were you? Now you messed me up. Where the fuck were we?
I thought he was in the third one, maybe.
Oh, I know Arthur Fry.
Inventor demands credit for Post-it note and $400 million.
How can he if he was working for a company and that was... Can we see
If
that,
he's in
Don?
research and development, is that what you're saying, Jim? If that's
I
his
don't
job,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
If that's his job.
Don, can we open that one there? The right there.
That one?
Please, yeah.
Okay. Florida inventor demands credit for Post-it note and $400 million lawsuit. Like I said, who came up with the idea for the Post-it note? For Florida inventor Alan Amron, the answer has been the sticking point of his life. The origins of the iconic sticky note is part of American corporate lore. The key moment of inspiration, according to Post-it note maker 3M, came in 1974 when 3M employees, so it was this, okay, Art Fry was singing in his church choir in Minnesota, and a scrap paper serving as a song marker in his hymnal fluttered to the floor. That got him thinking about using an adhesive developed years earlier by 3M scientist Spencer Silver to create a better bookmark.
Well, did this guy, he worked for 3M.
Yeah, Mr. Armour thinks the world needs a reminder about what he claims is his critical contribution to the discovery. The 67-year-old West Palm Beach resident filed a lawsuit accusing 3M of falsely misrepresenting itself as the inventor of the paper sticky note and damaging his inventing reputation.
But hey, how is he filing this now when this is 1974? Like, right, the Post-it note's been around for a while. I know the Nortons like Post-its all over. Love you and Post-it, love you too.
Why would you move up? I want to keep maybe finding now. You got to find the good parts of the story. We have Don on the computer right now. It's a complete another fucking nightmare.
Hold on, Don, go back up just a little bit.
He stinks at this.
The company
Back to my office. Fuck you.
The company said it's, but they don't have no one on the computer.
I don't know. What?
The company says it's confident it has accurately credited its own employee.
Yeah.
Thrum developed Post-it notes.
3M.
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 They say they had no inspiration from Mr. Amron, and it's false and misleading for him to suggest that shit.
Okay.
They didn't say it in that language. The company said the only inventors of Post-it notes, Spencer Silver and Art Fry, were inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame.
Ooh.
Oh, and for that, they got nothing.
Right.
We gave them a Post-it note that they could wrap around their dick and go fuck themselves. Mr. Amron came up with a battery-operated automatic water gun. Oh, no. And he's suing Fleshlight. No, it developed a laser football first down marker. You know, it's a lot of weird stuff. I don't understand inventors. Like, they just have the ability. Like, we look at stuff and go, like, it'd be kind of cool to have this.
Sure.
And they just go, let me make it.
Yeah.
I've thought of a lot of great things.
Like what?
I'm around the house. I was watching TV the other night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wish there was a machine to come over here and remove my shoes.
We just stick your feet out. You just hold them out.
Yes, and you push a button, and a robot machine comes out and removes your shoes.
He's playing Blue Suede
That's right. Carefully removes your shoes. A blocky robot machine.
A blocky robot machine.
Like a Roomba, like a bigger, bulkier Roomba, like a filing cabinet.
Yes, exactly. And it comes out, and within 45 minutes, your shoes are removed.
45.
A giant blocky shoe removal.
I don't know if you're going to sell a lot of these things.
Yeah, but I would love to invent that.
Sure,
Like,
loud. Maybe it's loud. Is
it
it
has to be loud so, so the children can hear it coming.
Yeah.
But I've thought of how nice that'd be. Like, once in a while, I'm walking down my hallway to my front door, and I think, like, I would love to get, like, a hallway measuring machine. Something that, if I'm curious, is how many feet long is this hallway? That I push a button, and the machine will come out and just automatically do computer measurements.
You don't count your steps to your fucking your apartment from the elevator. You don't know how many steps it is.
Like, sometimes I wish there was a machine that could immediately render people dead.
I think we could. No, we're all on the same page
No, I don't count.
for an invention.
Oh man!
Why would you count the steps to your elevator?
Just to know.
No, OCD, I don't. I don't.
I wish.
No, I count them to the end of my balcony because I'll be using them soon.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
Nice. Doesn't the company own anything employees invent? Yes, that's what we're getting at. But every once in a while, there's a guy, he works for a company, he comes up with a great invention, and then the company fucks him over and doesn't really take care of him.
Well, but they never take care of you beyond what their legal obligations do. They just don't.
But sometimes you gotta just do the right thing. You got an employee that comes up with this thing that really changes the whole company around. And then they still fuck them over.
That's like saying Apple, because all of a sudden one guy would go, well, hey, I did that. Yeah, but I did. It would just get too hairy for that. And I'm not saying I wish they didn't do it, but it would get too hairy. And then everyone would start going, yeah, but I contributed to that.
Right.
And the company would wind up giving away a lot of money when it was technically just your job.
I guess I'm talking about the real obvious ones where there's no doubt that this guy on his own time did this, but because he's under the umbrella of the corporation, they don't do the right thing.
I created something and never got credit for it. So
what?
It happened. It's a big hit. You guys have all seen it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What is it?
Hat grab. What happens is, you know that machine you have in your house that when you take off your hat, you walk in and you throw it up in the air?
Yeah.
There's that arm in the wall that goes and grabs the hat. I created it.
Wow, I haven't
a hat grabber.
I haven't bought one of those.
You have to have a lot of them so you can throw it around.
There's actually something called hat grab.
Sure, they stole it from me.
They stole it from you.
Look at Mine's called the hat grabber.
Look at the guy that voted.
Rich.
How about Del Shannon and hats off to Larry?
Hats off to Larry.
I don't know this.
Early 1960s.
Hats off to Larry. He broke her heart. Something. He broke my heart.
Hats off to Larry. He broke your
Wow.
He broke her
It's
heart.
funny Del Shannon saying that because his hat came off with a bullet. Did he shoot himself?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't,
he did commit suicide,
Yeah,
yeah.
he would know. Yeah.
Look at the guy that invented intermittent.
Yes.
Windshield wipers.
And they try to fuck him.
Greg Kinnear's in that movie.
It's
yeah.
a great.
That's a
he's
great
so
movie. You're right.
fucking
It is a
good.
really good movie.
So that's exactly what we're talking about. There's another one.
And he won't let it go.
Yeah,
you
but
know.
he fucking won
Yeah.
a lot of.
But was
lost
he
his
right?
family.
Hold on. He committed suicide in 1990, killing himself with a 22 caliber rifle. There you go.
I was home in Santa Clara, California. We had a guy kill himself on 42nd Street in a McDonald's. Shot himself
That
in the
food's
head.
not the best.
Shot himself
No,
in the
they
head.
just threw him in the vat and cooked him.
That was quick.
Right on
Boss.
42nd at the McDonald's, a guy goes in, he hung around for 40 minutes, then he ordered food, then he went upstairs, went into the bathroom, killed himself, and left a note basically saying, I did this, I have no family, and that's that.
Guess he didn't get the Happy Meal.
That would have solved everything. There it is. Man kills himself. That's right around the corner from here. Walked in and shot himself in the head in the bathroom.
Wow. As if
left a
McDonald's
note.
employees don't have enough
Yeah, no kidding.
to worry about. They don't have to clean up. That's probably the healthiest that's been in the bathroom at McDonald's in a long time. Is there shit on the floors again? No, it's just a guy dead.
Yeah.
Hey, how about Dean Martin? Ain't that a kick in the head?
One guy beat.
I love this song.
Wow. Hey, Don, you're doing a better job. A note found by his body read, I did this myself. Sorry. Too old. No family.
Oh.
Is that guy dead, that motorcycle guy?
No, he's a good diver.
Wait, what happened? Oh, that's wow. Okay.
Guy bumped him.
Then he went over the bridge.
Yeah, wow. I don't know if he's dead. Do we have that story?
Yep.
Hi, is he?
This is Sailcat and Motorcycle Mama.
Wow. She's the queen of my highway. And we'll see the world from a Harley if the chain don't break.
You know the words to the
Yes.
song.
She's the queen of my highway. She's a motorcycle mama, and we'll see the world from a Harley if the chain don't break.
That's crazy.
Are you still dating that girl?
Yes.
Do you have a place still in Jersey?
No. What girl? Who are you talking about?
You used to have a house.
No, I didn't.
You didn't live with a girl?
Oh, well, my ex-wife was from New Jersey, absolutely, and we would go to the Jersey Shore. That's what you're thinking. Yeah.
This is different.
Absolutely.
This is different, but I do want to see this. A good motorcycle crash. These dash cams capture everything.
Yeah, this is making the rounds today.
Oh, no, it's something that falls off the back of a boat. Oh, my God.
Your act.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine?
Boom.
Oh, fuck. Wow. That's pretty good. We'll tweet that out now. It's rolling down the highway. There's a boat with a... What's on the back of that boat?
It looks like a rolled-up yellow tent or something.
Something like that, right. Well, it looks like the motorcyclist
He could have got around
Looks like
that.
it,
It looks like he wasn't paying attention or something.
1,000. You're making such a fast decision. No way. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's coming at you. It didn't fall off stationary. It's rolling at him. Watch how fast. It hits 1,001.
Go left.
Oh, he went right
1,002.
instead of going left.
No, because he probably didn't want to go into the grassy median. It's a hard decision. That's a second decision.
I bet you the guy's okay, no?
Minor injuries.
Huh?
Minor injuries.
That's
Minor
always
injuries.
a shame. Bleeding bottom.
He's lucky nobody ran over him.
The guy had a choice. He had a 50-50 shot. Do I go left or right?
You know,
he went right.
He's playing Roll On Down the Highway by Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Wow, yeah, that guy is... Oh, he was braking, too, so... You know, the way he fell, to be honest, he fell, like, on the side to the right and then rolled. It wasn't like a drag fall.
Yeah.
Watch this fall. Like, the flips to the side, boom. Doesn't even smash his legs other than roll it. He got really lucky.
Minor
Well,
injuries.
there was a guy driving down in Long Island. He was like a director, and he hit a pipe in his car.
Oh, yeah, the famous, yeah.
And it went through the fucking windshield
Oh,
and
yeah.
took him out.
The pole came right through,
Yeah.
yeah, and right, yeah. That
I've
was
seen
awful.
some horrendous motorcycle accident footage. You know, driver sitting with the leg hanging off. Like, oh, that's a motherfucker, man.
How about Jandine?
Yep.
Let's go to Drag City.
Drag City? I'd love to
City.
go there. Oh.
Nice. Real nice. Oh. Just stop the music on it.
Don't stop the music.
You got a man punching his wife in face after asking if he had larger male part than previous boyfriend.
There you go.
My wife would get a lot of punches.
Florida man punches wife in the face after she says his manhood isn't bigger than past boyfriends. Oh, boy. Not good.
Don't ask that question.
Dominic Flower.
I do to get hard.
Oh, please, I'm saying if you don't want the answer, I love the answer. No, your dick's fine. Come on, tell me. Or his was a lot thicker.
Yeah, that's one of your things, right, Jimmy? Yeah. You like to hear about?
Things you want to hear about?
Nah,
not ex-boyfriends.
Always.
You want to hear just fantasy stories. Like my wife tells me that one story when a college professor put the house plants in front of the door and did things with her. I don't know if it's true, but
I got a big man in town for you this morning. It's Four Seasons.
Jesus Christ, I'm ready to come in you, man.
You're just stunned by the idea of college.
Yeah, that's true.
Why would he put the house plants in front of the door?
So nobody could see through the window.
You said door, though.
Yeah, the door.
All right, you can see through the door. All right, fair enough. I thought...
Listen, caller,
spit.
What are you trying to say I did wrong?
I thought... whatever. It's fine.
And what flew out of your mouth?
I don't know. You saw that? I think it was a piece of oatmeal.
What flew out?
But no one noticed that.
Ugh.
It was something. Anyway, Dominic Flower of St. Petersburg punched his wife in the face after asking if he had a larger male part than her previous boyfriends. I don't get this.
She asked
what did she know already?
My dick bigger.
Dominic Flowers of St. Petersburg punched his wife in the face after... Oh, he asked.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you now. Sorry.
He's like, is my dick bigger? And she probably said, no, it's not. And instead of just reveling in that man licking her pussy like a good cuck, he fucking hit her like a dope.
He got pissed.
Yeah, you gotta get down there.
He was charged with blah, 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 domestic battery, beep, beep, beep. How big do you think his dick was?
I don't know, but this guy's a big black guy. His dick is probably 6.5, and he's probably self-conscious about that because he knows that, like, the legend is that black guys have giant dicks. So his dick's probably regular.
I think he thought he had a big dick.
You know what?
Being cocky.
Maybe you're right. That might be it, too.
I think he's being cocky, like,
my dick bigger than Derek's.
Yeah, you never had a dick this big, right?
Maybe they got the story wrong. Maybe he said to her, was he a bigger dick? And she said yes, and then he punched her in the face.
Oh, wait.
Another angle to take on that. Yes.
He previously been arrested for domestic violence, domestic battery.
Oh, really?
That's what it said.
I couldn't tell by the pigment.
By looking at him.
By the way, you're on the government watch list now.
Why?
Because you did the Survivor fucking stuff.
What do you mean?
This guy will explain. He's 100% right, too. Let's say hi to Chris in Chicago. Go ahead.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, I've been told that if you purchase a lot of that survival gear, that you can be on a government watch list. So Voss is right there with the Branch Davidians.
No. Good. Maybe I'll hit bonus. But if you're going to buy, it's camping stuff, basically.
What do you think those guys survive on, though? I mean, they get all that stuff and stock it away, and machetes, of course, are, fun to have.
Yeah, I don't even know if machetes are legal to have.
They sell them in Walmart.
All right.
Maybe.
So,
I don't know.
It's stuff. Basically, if I open my backpack, I go, I'm going camping. So like, you would have a hatchet if you went camping, right? You'd have a buck knife.
What else would you have camping? I'm going to go with tent.
Yeah. Sleeping bag.
So let's go sleeping bag.
Pez.
Lantern.
Maybe
you got flashlights. You don't need the lantern.
Yeah.
Maybe some like marshmallow sticks.
Yeah. I whittle my own. So no, I think I think it's a whole nother level what you're talking about. Like when you're fucking building bunkers and, getting,
We found a site, 15 ridiculous ways to get on the FBI terrorist watch list. You can't have one of those red containers for gas. That'll make them suspicious. There you go.
Oh,
see?
I don't know about that. It's so silly.
What else? See? Beauty shops have been instructed to look out for people getting picked up outside rather than driving themselves. What is this? What is that? What?
That makes no sense at all. I don't understand.
No, they're probably all things that have been listed in contributing factors
that get you on to
someone being on. But I don't think anyone ever said they got picked up. I would say, who was this? Like a fucking an NRA site? Like, because they're saying that they're against you being not allowed to get a gun if you're on a terrorist watch list. They're showing how easy it is to get on a terrorist watch list. That's just my guess.
Right. I don't know. I just read a random line and it made no sense.
Yeah, exactly. It says
And then I
Yelling Allahu Akbar in an airport. What's wrong with that?
Rich, just some advice. Somebody could be watching you.
Rockwell.
Here's Rockwell.
Right. Not from an audience, they won't be.
I laughed too hard at that one. Rich Voss is going to be at Gotham. What?
It's
I
fell
just
on the
wanted to ask a
phone.
question.
Oh, yeah, go ahead,
Sorry.
man. Yeah, go.
I just love the Doc series. I know we're switching gears here. Will that ever come back?
Yeah, I got to bring it back. I got to figure out who to do it with.
What is it? Your movie doc?
Yeah, the documentary show I did with the Stangles. It was doing pretty well. People seemed to enjoy it. And then I blew it off, so I got to bring it back. I'll bring it back after the summer there, sir, with somebody. Thanks, Chris.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, man. Sitting on the dock of the bay.
Jesus.
It's pretty fucking quick.
Good song.
Voss is going to be at Gotham Comedy Club this weekend.
Friday and Saturday.
And then the Laughing Derby July 7th through the 9th, I think.
Yep.
Right?
I'll probably play Valhalla if I can get my game back. Well, I was in fucking Cabo.
Yeah.
I played beautiful. And then I lost my game, and I went to North Carolina last week. The Dead Crow. You ever been to the Dead Crow?
No.
Great club. And
Wilmington.
Yeah, I couldn't hit a fucking. It's just I didn't even bring my clubs. The fucking game is just will drive you to fucking therapy. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm gonna start taking up fucking fishing. That's what I'm gonna do. You go fishing, right?
Yeah, I started fishing again.
Do you do regular or that fly? The fly thing.
No, I went with
ridiculous.
fly fishing with Bob Kelly. I did it as a goof, then I fell in love with it. I actually really like doing that.
And you had the boots that come up to your waist.
All that shit. And I didn't catch anything, and I still enjoyed the hell out of it. I caught one fish dragging my pole in the water, which is ridiculous. It's almost impossible
But
to do. But besides that, I didn't really catch anything.
Isn't it easier to catch, regular fishing than
fly fit. That's what's cool about fly
that's hard.
fishing. It really is a skill that you got to master. I sucked at it. Bobby caught a couple when I went with him.
That's a visual right there. I'd love to just imagine Bobby Kelly standing in a stream in Montana.
Dude, he's got all
fly fishing.
Standing, he's floating.
Yeah.
He's got all the
Peeling
little
barnacles off.
I can totally see him.
He's got everything you could imagine on his fly fishing outfit.
I'm sure.
He's
Right?
got everything. Everything.
How about wish I could fly like Superman and the Kings to work it out?
But I just been fishing off the shore into the ocean.
Do you have to get a license to do that there too?
No,
but you got to get a license in Jersey to go fishing.
And North Carolina,
every state practically.
Yeah, North Carolina, pretty much. Long Island, no, but I mean, they'll catch you for keeping a fish that's not big enough or whatever.
How do you?
So you got to be
do
really
you know?
careful.
You got to read up. Like if I went to take my kid fishing, do I got to get a license for an 8-year-old? Do you think?
Probably.
Sure.
Probably.
Why is this guy's dick out? Where's this?
Naked.
Why?
But why?
Times Square. Apparently happening right now.
Oh, right
there's
now.
a naked dude in Times Square at the TKTS platform, it looks like.
Oh, my
Why don't they
God.
just tase him?
Wait, this is right outside our studio. The guy's completely naked, and the cops are just sitting there just watching him.
What's the law? What is the law?
Is this naked guy on Times Square, it says. Live on Periscope right now.
And he doesn't even have his one thing he could bring from home.
Why don't they just fucking tase this asshole?
There's fucking little kids.
No one cares, though. The cops are like, whatever, dude.
Look at this pecker.
There's
He's
one.
got a tiny pecker.
The cops have their arms folded.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, and that looked like he was going into I need to shit.
Yeah, he's squatting. Oh, he didn't. Okay, he's back up. He's playing The Streak by Ray Stevens.
Right.
This is now?
Yeah, right now.
Periscope.
They're gonna fucking get him.
He's taunting the cop. It's like, they want to just grab this fucking asshole.
He's half hard, right?
No, he's packing.
I am.
He's just walking back and forth in Times Square. There's
finger
cops.
waves.
No, they deal with these fucking nuts all the time.
They got to deal with this garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell how. Look at them. They're by their posture. You can just see how disgusted they're. Like, really, we got to fucking stand here and deal with this idiot.
There's a whole bus of tourists looking at him in New York. That's fun if you're in New York and you're on a tourist double-decker bus.
Right. Now there's a lot of cops down there.
The fucking camera person, stop showing the bus.
Right. Go back to the naked guy.
Fucking asshole, you're going to miss it.
It's just walking back and forth completely naked.
Can you move the mouse thing? It's blocking the guy's wiener.
Jump up and down.
He doesn't know what else to do.
He's probably high.
Now, here comes another cop walking up. Look at this guy. He's like, what are we going to do? He's going to walk over here and go, how soon before we can just knock this fucker out?
Well, he's up on top, so they don't want to...
Yeah, he's jumped the wall, right.
Yeah, they don't want to risk their lives to fucking drag this idiot in. So they're trying to figure out how to do it properly. All right, we should take a break. We'll monitor the situation. Yeah, keep it on.
That broadcast ended. There's only like 3 seconds left.
You don't have that video?
All right. Was that live, or were you watching?
Like 40 minutes ago.
Oh, 40. So they probably arrested him by now.
This is live.
Oh, now?
Right.
Oh, he's still doing it.
They got the biggest
He's been up there for 40 minutes. Oh, they put a thing behind him, like the thing that a stuntman uses.
For the jumper, yeah.
And now what they've done is they've isolated him. There's 4 cops. They've had enough of this jerk off.
They're going to work him down to the end.
There's 4 cops, and there's 1 cop that's out on the thing with him, and he won't let him go. And the guy ran by the cop.
Mad dash.
The guy ran by the cop,
and now putting his hands in the air like, victory, I got by you.
Look at him, he's talking shit at the other end.
And now he's jumping up and down. Oh, I get it.
He's got to be on drugs.
You
he
think?
dooted. Jump! Ah, back off.
He's got Chris Angel's haircut.
Yeah, this guy is really... You know how bad these guys... It's probably just...
Is he Chinese?
He looks Asian.
The comments, okay, now just push him off.
They should just push him off.
That's all that cop has to do is push him off.
Yeah, but you got to get him back down to where the giant thing he can land on, or otherwise he's on the concrete.
Right.
He's probably not going to be allowed to come back to Times Square. It's like when you run on the field at a baseball game.
That's it.
You get a ticket, and then you're banned for life by going to that
But
stadium.
how do they know? How do they know that you're not, that you're going into the stadium?
Wait,
That
did they
ban for
shut
life is
down
stupid.
Broadway because of this fucking asshole?
Yeah.
It looks like it.
Look, there's 2 or 3 ambulances, fire trucks,
Wow.
everything.
And a huge
Really, guys?
A huge airbag.
That's the world we live in because they can't just fucking grab this jerk off.
Yeah.
Why, what's the reason?
Isn't that 48?
What's the reason?
Oh, if he falls, it'd be police brutality.
Some
Just
man.
hit this guy with a fucking nightstick.
Yeah, knock him on the big bag.
Why can't they get him with a taser?
He needs to do a little manscaping.
I can't believe these cops. I know.
Okay.
Or get balls and throw them at him like in a carnival. Knock him off.
Yeah,
They
steering.
tase him, he'll probably get stiff.
How do they
and fall right
close
over.
that fucking road down?
Oh, God.
All these people have to be inconvenienced in morning rush because of this guy?
Yep.
I count.
Yuck.
It looks like 8 cops in that area alone.
It's ridiculous.
For this total asshole. It's right outside our studio. It's right there.
48 right there.
No, I know. It's 1 block over from where we're broadcasting.
We should go do a live broadcast, see if he'll be a guest.
Oh, they're saying hi to you on the Periscope, Vic. It says, hi, Vic Henley. Nice.
We can't tase him.
What do we do? Do we do it?
Do you want to just monitor it?
How did he get up to where he...
Well, those are the
There's
steps.
bleachers on the other side.
Yeah, those are the steps.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They got these steps that you could hang out on in Times
that's
Square, and he
kick.
just jumped over the glass wall.
I hate that
To
they
a
close that
platform.
road. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You don't need to close that road because of one naked jerk off.
Maybe he just wants to wait so he gets good tickets for a show. Wants to be the first one online.
That's a possibility, Dennis
I know,
Falcone.
hey. Want to see Hamilton.
People eating breakfast. Someone said people eating breakfast watching this nig. LOL.
Come on. These cops can't fucking do anything. They just got to watch them.
There's 10 cops watching this naked
Well,
guy.
how
It's
is
just,
not even somebody of power relaying to them what to do? Like, they're all sitting there. No one's
that's
listening.
probably what they told him. You're in the middle of Times Square. Someone's filming you.
That guy's had it, though. You can see the one cop right there
They've
that's on
all
the same
had it.
platform. He's had it. He started walking toward him and then stopped.
Yeah, this is
There's
awful.
cops and ambulances
Yeah.
all over the place for this idiot. And they're
all
keeping
of this.
They're keeping the people away too. You see, they've pushed them all to the sides.
One naked guy.
They're calling the cops stupid for not pushing him over the side.
Yeah, but if he falls, then he gets killed, and they look bad. I mean, come on.
Right.
Roping the fucking Times Square off for this guy? He obviously doesn't have a bomb belt on.
No. Did we tweet out the Periscope link? All right, good. You follow us on Twitter. Now he's dancing. He's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, he is ripped.
Oh, he's taunting the cops. He's like, come on.
Oh. I hope he doesn't get a guitar and a cowboy hat.
Just knock his ass.
Oh, he's spreading his ass.
He's just crazy. Then the cop just sat down like, enough with this guy.
Oh, that guy almost went for him. Just go for it, bro. Come on, bro.
Jesus.
That guy's taking out something there.
Oh, they're going to fucking... I don't think they can tase him because that might make him go over the edge.
He might fall off.
Don't tase me, dude.
Wait, what does that guy got? He's got some kind of rope or something.
A whip.
Yeah, it looks. I can't figure out what he's. Yeah, looks like he's brought some sort of device out. What's he doing? Yeah, they're preparing to do something. It looks like this other guy's digging in a backpack or something.
We got to stay right here. They're getting ready. They've had it with this guy.
Yeah, they've had it up to here with his shenanigans. Morning rush hour stop because of this fucking guy with good abs.
He spread his ass cheeks.
I think they're going
to. He's doing the ass cheeks again.
Yeah,
he's kissing
right. Had enough.
He just kissed it right on the hole. Kiss my butt right on the old brown.
Looks like they were going to try to lasso him or something.
Someone said he just wants to be on Broadway. This is the way.
Yeah.
They're going to rope him like a horse.
This is a nice song. It's Frank Sinatra dancing cheek to cheek.
Heaven. I'm in heaven. And my heart beats so that
wow, these guys don't have a plan. The cops don't have a plan, which is pretty amazing.
And I seem to
you can't tase him because he'll fall over the edge. The one guy was putting some kind of lasso together. They were thinking of roping him.
Dancing cheek to cheek.
And then that one cop has had he's
doing the worm. A little break dancing.
Yeah, this guy's a real athlete.
He's putting his helmet on that glass.
He's getting way too comfortable walking close.
The cop's ready to make his move. There's one cop on the same platform as him, and
you can see from the window?
Yeah, you can see it right from our window?
Where?
Yeah, Norton's going outside to investigate. Here we go.
Come back and let us know.
This is funny.
Yeah, it's literally right outside our building. Still just taunting the cop. The cop's ready to make a move. You can see how he's standing. He needs him to come about 3 feet closer, and he's going to go for it.
I'm going home.
Crouching down again.
It looks like he's talking to the people on the street. Maybe.
He's just obviously on drugs. All right. That cop wants to go for it. They obviously been told not to do anything.
Yeah, one guy's talking on the radio.
Right.
That guy right there.
You can see it right out there?
Yeah, you should go see him.
Wait, where's E-Rock today?
It's making the cops look stupid that they can't figure this out, right, Vic?
Yeah, I agree.
Because now there's more than 10 cops. What do you see, Rich, when you look out the window?
Norton jerking off.
He's back.
All right. Took 2 hours.
What did he say? It took 2 hours.
It's making fun of you. Dennis Falcone's making fun of you.
And I'm so nice to him.
Oh, God. What do? We go to break or we just play this out?
I would. This is.
I'm going to go outside and look. I'm going to go see.
It's right from our window, Vic. You can see this shit. There he is. No kidding.
He's got to hold out.
Yeah. Huh?
He's got to hold out.
Hold out until they get him?
Yeah. It's going to be soon.
All right, here's another cop marching up to the top of the stairs.
This guy's going to be headlining the Improvs any week.
2, 4, 6 cops in that one section.
Looks like one's climbing over.
Yeah, the guy's daring him to climb over. These cops don't fucking play. They're fucking pissed.
Well, when he gets closer to that trampoline or whatever they have him on that pad, won't they
Right.
just push him over that so he falls on that?
All right, another cop went over the top. Now they've had it. Now they're like, we got to take care of this fucking thing. So now that they're moving in. Will the guy jump off the platform? Now the cops are very close to him. All right, they're going to make their move any second now. We have a live report coming in from Line 10. Someone on the scene. Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Chipper. I'm watching this guy. There's a naked guy in the Broadway, and he's standing there, and they're removing a big yellow thing.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of people that can't go to work. The traffic's no good.
Yeah.
There's a big yellow thing moving.
What's the big yellow thing moving?
It looks like a big looks like a big chiclet or something. And there's a naked guy.
Yeah.
And his pecker's out.
What do you think? What do you
pecker's showing?
What do you think
down
of
at the bottom?
What do you think of his pecker?
It's pretty small. My mother wouldn't go for that.
No.
Oh, Chipper, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Oh, look, he's on the edge there.
Yeah.
He's waving at everybody. That's all I got.
That's it?
Naked guy.
All right,
I'll back later when it's over.
All right, thank you, Chipper.
Oh, there he goes.
There he goes. Now they got him on the corner. He's all right. Now they're pushing the.
They move it back and forth.
Yeah, they're getting the big blow up. What do you call that? The blow up fucking thing that you land on.
Yeah, we use those at block parties. They're fun.
Bobby.
The what? Oh, they're moving Bobby under the guy. Jesus. All right, he can't move too much. He can't move to his left anymore. There's a cop probably 10 feet away to his left. And now they're backing up again. Maybe they're allowing him to go back over the glass wall, but now he's spitting at the cops. And they got the giant airbag below him.
So do you think that if he tries to run past the cops again, they'll just tackle him onto that thing?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Let me just put up a little of the audio of the Periscope. Still taunting. This is making NYPD look bad that they can't fucking take this guy out. Now everyone's watching this damn thing. What do you see when you look out the window there, Paul?
Yeah.
All right, good. Fair enough. Holy fuck, I thought they would have tackled him by now.
You can see all the streets closed,
They closed everything down for this idiot?
In case he kills himself. In case he
How is he going to kill himself? Even if he falls from this platform, it's maybe 15 feet.
They close it down because people driving might look and then get in an accident.
Right. He's really taunting this one cop, and this cop has just about fucking had it.
He's a VDP, as they call him. Very disturbed person.
Everyone on Periscope is just saying, just push him over.
Push.
Now he's spitting at the cops.
Now it's assault.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
I realized I just stopped broadcasting to go watch a naked guy.
I followed you.
Hey, guess what? We stopped broadcasting it here, too.
No, but it was...
now he's opening up his ass cheeks again.
Did you guys see they moved the yellow thing down?
Yeah, they moved the bag, right.
Yeah.
Push it real good.
Why don't the cops go on the other side and then just push this fucking...
Well, now he's spitting, and then now he's threatening to punch him in the face.
If he spit... I bet he didn't spit. If he spit on one of them...
They would have grabbed him.
They would have fucking smashed him. Or moved. That's an assault on an officer.
We said that.
He just wants to... If he could get punched by a cop, then they could grab him.
I'm amazed they can't take this guy down. The fuck are they waiting for? Obviously, they've been told not to do anything. Huh?
No, he's spitting.
Oh, he is spitting now.
They're
That's why
moving back.
moving,
A couple
yeah.
of those guys step back.
How do they not fucking just attack this guy for spitting on them?
Right.
How can you spit on 5 cops and they don't fucking tase you?
Everyone's asking on Periscope, why don't they just grab this guy? Exactly. Make the fucking move. Oh, that cop wants him so bad.
Oh, I can't wait till they tackle this guy.
That cop wants him
does that
bad.
even
I
at
can't
a
wait
height
till
where
they
he
throw
would
him
kill
in a
himself?
cell with no clothes on.
I think there's something wrong with him.
You think?
Can you have a bite of your bacon?
Yeah, you have the whole one.
If this dude was black, his head would already be split open. Good one. That's on Periscope. One of the comments.
That's not true, though. It's too public.
It's amazing they're just letting this guy continue. as they shut down the whole area. Can you tell the area shut down?
Oh my God! Yeah, traffic is horrible over there on the side streets. It's a goddamn gridlock mess over there.
You don't want a cop falling off too, though.
That fucking guy's CD sales are going to go up.
Oh man! All right, now they got 2 cops in the platform.
Yeah, they're walking. Okay, all right, here we go.
Come on. The cops are actually tethered, so they don't get knocked off.
Yeah, they got a glove where they can hang onto the rail and not let their hands slip.
All right,
here we go.
All right, now they're moving in.
Come on.
Now he's on the corner. He's threatening to punch him. This cop's just about got him. He's just about got him. Come on. You're
come on.
away from him.
Come on.
Now the cop's begging him to move a little closer. He can't move anymore. He's pretty much trapped on that platform on the corner.
Yep.
The airbag's below him, but he could.
There he goes. Oh, he ran by again. Oh, he got by him again. Wow.
He fell off.
That's exactly what they didn't want to happen.
That's exactly what you're totally right.
And now the feed stopped.
What the fuck? Why did the feed stop?
Go out the window.
Oh,
I missed it.
This is exactly what they didn't want to happen.
Ouch.
What the fuck happened to the feed? Did Periscope stop it?
I bet you they did. Yeah, I bet you
Dude, so what happened was the cops were moving in. This guy said, fuck you guys. He ran across the platform. They grabbed him. And then he slipped out of their grasp and fell over where the airbag was
not.
He missed the airbag by 4 feet, maybe?
At least, yeah.
And he fell badly.
How high do you think that is?
15 feet?
At least.
But it's how he fell. That guy is fucked up.
And he fell on cement.
That's exactly what they didn't want to
I
happen,
know,
and that's why they were waiting.
He bounced right off the side.
More bounce to the ounce.
On a Funky Thursday with Zap.
Yeah.
Jimmy ran out to see if we could see what's going on outside the window.
You're right though. That he got by him.
That did not play out how they wanted it to, and it looks like Periscope just stopped the feed. Periscope was probably monitoring that one.
Somebody else probably posted it on YouTube by now.
What the fuck did they stop the Periscope?
No, Periscope probably did. Periscope probably was monitoring the whole thing.
No, they can't stop it, can they?
He fell bad. Can we go back on the Periscope feed to see how he fell?
I'm so annoyed.
That's exactly what they didn't want to happen.
That's 100% his fault. They tried to stop him and he ran by.
He ran by him.
They did everything they could.
There we go. It's back.
It's back.
Back.
Wow, it doesn't look like the guy's moving.
Put him on a stretcher.
No, he's fine. He's probably broken up a little bit.
Someone said he looks dead.
He's all naked and shit.
What just happened? What was he on?
They did everything they could.
But that's why they were waiting. They didn't want it to end with the guy hitting the fucking the street.
They should have. Unfortunately, they should have pushed him off a minute into that. Fucking up traffic.
Yeah, but when you're that close to that edge, you're probably going to bounce right off. Look, boom. They gave him a target. There's a red target right in the middle. I don't know why he didn't jump on the target.
What they do? Look, they're all putting their heads up. They're bobbing up and down.
They're
all blowing them. Look at
when they end their
Voss is your fantasy. A bunch of firemen.
All right, now there's a whole bunch of guys working on him. They're getting ready to put him on a stretcher.
When they end their broadcast, we could go back through it.
I want to see how he fell again.
They stopped it again.
That was a bad fucking fall. Bad.
Wow. Jesus.
Fucking asshole, he misses the airbag. What a dunce.
He missed it by like 4 feet.
How about they get a bigger airbag? Or just bring 2. We got the other one, we're using it for something else. 2 giant chiclets.
My friend Chris, who worked with me at BAB, actually, he works for a record company in the area. He said, he just sent me a text. He said, the naked guy screaming for Donald Trump, come get me.
Oh, that's what he was yelling.
Yeah, that's what the Post was reporting.
Yeah. Come get me.
Is Trump on his way?
That's what the cops were waiting for.
Yeah.
He's going to give him one of those red hats.
You know, the naked guy, he's a loser.
Oh, he fell badly. That's exactly what the cops were trying to avoid.
Yeah.
Even though, fuck this guy.
Fuck him is completely.
Yeah, I'm with fuck this guy, but
this way, right? So,
but that's why they weren't moving in earlier, because they didn't want a bad ending to this. I'm just trying to see.
They did everything they could. They did everything they could to make sure he got off safely. But it's like, How long can you allow traffic to be tied up?
Right. 43 minutes.
That's how long it's happening?
A few people in the comments are saying that it looked like he's paralyzed, how he fell.
He didn't move.
Well,
as soon as he landed.
If he fell.
Did you see how he fell, Jimmy?
Yes.
On the shoulders,
on the shoulder.
Yeah,
it looked like with his head,
He was kind of curled up in the fetal position, laying there almost.
If that had been going on, and a cop had taken his nightstick and smashed that guy off, and then someone said, how long was he doing that? And the cop said, 8 seconds, I'd be behind the cops.
Is that it? We can't get back to the Periscope?
Too many people are going on it now. Oh, here we go.
All right.
Can somebody else open their Periscope?
Yeah, really, man.
Guys, how about Facebook?
I just want to see how they put him on the stretcher.
The guy fell. Why is it? Why?
So he decided to get up.
Yeah.
Damn, this Wesley Algren is doing a good job, but I guess he's
trying.
How many people?
He's getting slammed on
Only
his Periscope.
1,700 people. You're acting like it's 10 million. You piece of garbage.
Now his Periscope has all sorts of problems. That was pretty amazing.
That was wild.
That was amazing. They had the airbag that they moved over. If they kept the airbag where it was,
then he would have but he would have ran down. Then he would have gone to the other end. He was obviously determined to fucking hurt himself.
I don't know. He didn't know where the airbag was. He was just trying to get past the cops.
That's what I meant.
He didn't mean to fall.
He was going to jump around there and act like a jackass, though.
But fuck this guy. It's not the cops' fault.
No. Not at all. Someone will criticize them, but it's like, what are you doing?
How are you going to criticize a cop? Well, they didn't fucking, if anything, they took too much time.
Well, they grabbed him, then he was able to,
They're slippery.
But he might be oiled up.
Yes.
He's sweating,
Naked people are slippery.
It's hot out. He's in great shape. Body like that. How could he not be? Okay, right now they're showing. Oh, look, he's up. They're actually letting him back up on top. Do it again.
Put him. To give him another chance.
This whole thing's a performance piece. That's not even cops. The whole thing's just a production company.
They're getting close to putting him on the stretcher. He's got to be pretty fucked up if they're taking this long.
I think he is fucked up. Yeah,
to get him on the. I mean, physically from that fall.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
He's probably.
They have the stabilizer board out,
right?
But he's not on it yet.
The guy is trying to make the Periscope work, but it just keeps getting jammed up. It's connection. AT&T Periscope.
How awkward. They just deflated the airbag like,
Yeah.
Now let's put it away.
Let's throw it back up. Look, that's what they're doing. They're totally, look. The guys are working the corner. It's like the tarp at a ball game.
At least we don't have to clean this.
They're like, oh boy, that didn't work out.
The celebration.
That didn't work out too well.
He's strapped in. Uh-oh. Is he moving?
Doesn't look like it.
Now they got to help him.
They have to, yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to help
He's
him.
obviously a nut or he's high. I mean,
Right. Looks like they're getting very close to getting him on the stretcher. Come on.
Will he be arrested for this?
We need our ending.
Bang your head, quiet riot.
Yes, we know. I know.
No, I heard you fucking killed.
Everyone's asking, is he dead? Someone else, did he jump?
He did not jump.
He did not jump. He was trying to get away from the cops. They grabbed him, and then he got away, and then fell awkwardly to the side where the airbag wasn't. And boy, did he land bad. He landed bad.
The Fuzz did everything they could.
Yeah, it's not their fault. They waited out as long as they could. All right, I guess we should break, even though I want to see.
We should wait. We should see him get picked up.
Yeah? All
right.
I
think so, man.
All right, well, we got Rich Voss in studio. He's playing Gotham Comedy Club this weekend.
This weekend, Friday, Saturday, next weekend.
They moved him on the thing? You can't see. It's hard to see in this shot.
Freddie's dead. Curtis Mayfield.
Oh, wow.
Freddie's dead. That's what I said.
He's not going to die from a 15-foot fall.
Depends on how you land, man. Yeah, sure, of course.
He fucking fell pretty badly.
All the judges holding up signs. 9, 7. Commentary. I give him a 9 for finesse.
Oh, man, I wish this Periscope was a little better.
Yeah. All right, so you got Gotham. Jimmy's off the road for a little bit, but JimNorton.com for what?
And
all right.
And pick up the UFC podcast. Comes out. It's out now. I think this is number 4 with John Jones.
Right.
We have a really good one.
Very cool. UFC.com as well. All right, we're going back to the Periscope where the part where he fell.
maybe.
No, he was at the other end.
Yeah.
Running.
Yeah, you got to go all.
He's fast forwarding.
He's trying to find it.
You go all. Keep going all the way.
Paul's a boob, but he does understand this.
It's probably right around there.
I know, I'm waiting for it to load in.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
Is this it?
Oh, since we're killing time.
No. All right. Vic Henley's got Live from Lou's Cruise.
Nantucket Comedy Festival and Comedy Off Broadway the first week of August in Lexington, Kentucky.
How fucking cool is that place?
That's a great gig, man.
And the owner's cool.
Yeah, you love it. Jordan's a great guy. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a sweet
It's a real
gig.
comedy club.
Hey, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it's one of the best gigs in America.
We got Lenny Dykstra coming by. We also have the guy that did the 30 for 30 called Doc and Darryl or Darryl?
Doc and Darryl.
Doc and Darryl.
Mike Bonfiglio.
Right. Oh, he just signed in? Good. We'll talk to him in a few minutes. It was a great 30 for 30. And we met him after the premiere and said, come on in and talk about it. All right, here it is. Oh, what happened? Why did...
Jump cut.
Here he goes.
All right, this is where he falls. I just want to see how he fell again.
Yeah, again.
Because we weren't expecting him to fall.
And that one cop should have blocked him the other way.
He got by right there. Bam!
Oh, he fell on his back and shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah.
And probably hit his head.
Oh, the poor deer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and the Periscope didn't move as fast as they could have.
No. The guy's...
He doesn't have a wallet, probably doesn't have his benefits card when he goes to the hospital now. Sorry, we can't do anything for you.
For you.
All right, it's got to be in the waiting room.
Dennis, take us out. We'll be right back.
Here we are in Fun City, celebrating the birth of 4th of July weekend. It's on the way. So let's go rocking with John Cougar Mellencamp in the USA here on Opie Radio. Good morning. Well, whatever you're doing this holiday weekend, the beach, barbecue, the boat, or maybe just relaxing in the backyard, we're doing it. We're having fun. It's Brooks and Dunn only in America as we celebrate the start of the 4th of July weekend here on Opie Radio.
Sun coming up.
Got Dennis Falcone helping us out before the long holiday weekend. We got Rich Voss. We got Vic Henley. We just had a guy fuck himself up in Times Square, naked dude. It'll be everywhere. It's probably everywhere by now. It was probably trending on Twitter and all that. But we watched, man. The guy was trying to get away from the cops. Finally, he was on a platform about 15 feet up in Times Square, ran past the cops. The cops grabbed him. The guy got loose and then fell awkwardly 15 feet below to the sidewalk / street.
Look at he fell on his shoulder back.
Yeah.
You're fucking good on radio. You just fucking boom, boom. You come to the point. When I tell a story, I can't do it that quick. It's fucking good, man. I'm amazed.
That's why he's been doing it for 25 years.
25 years.
So are we going to get invited to your house again this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
This weekend?
No, I can't go this weekend. I'm at Gotham.
Are you going to be in the beach this weekend?
I'll be in Wildwood, New Jersey.
You're going where?
I'll be in Wildwood, New Jersey.
Why are you going to Wildwood?
A little family action.
In Wildwood?
In Wildwood.
No.
Yes.
What family? They're all in homes.
Huh?
What family?
Mother-in-law. Mother-in-law.
In-laws. Got a house down in Wildwood, New Jersey, so we're heading there for a few days.
That's what this song's all about. Wildwood, New Jersey. Bobby Rydell.
Wow.
One of the boys of Bandstand.
Jesus.
I just did TV with him.
Wonderful. We got to get Michael.
Really? Yeah.
How do you say his last name?
Bonfiglio, I believe.
He's here promoting Doc and Darryl, even though it comes out July 14th at 9 p.m. on ESPN. But me and Vic Henley, a lot of us were invited to the 30 for 30. Roland made it. And then we ran into Michael after the 30 for 30, and I said, could he come in right away before we forget what we saw and talk about it a little bit?
And he said yes tomorrow.
Yes, he did.
Graciously. What's up, man? How are you? Good to see you.
How was the reception afterwards? Me and Vic looked at that and we went, this isn't our thing. And we got the hell out of there.
It was pretty low-key.
It was low-key? We were hoping that...
I heard it was great. I haven't seen it, but I heard it was excellent.
We were hoping that Doc Good and Daryl Strawberry were going to be there for the little Q&A. Did you guys try to make that happen?
Yeah, no, we... I don't think they were available... Oh, hang on a second, sorry. They weren't able to make it, unfortunately, so...
Yeah.
When we saw the 3 chairs down front, we got really excited for a second.
Yeah,
so we thought it was going to be like you talking to the 2 of them.
Yeah, you should have those guys in.
And then when
we have over different, but not together.
Yeah. And then we had them together. And then we realized Doc Gooden and Darryl weren't going to be there. Me and Vic looked at each other like, man, as soon as this thing's over, we can't even leave now because we know Judd Apatow.
Close to the front, right?
And we know Judd.
And walk out.
Fuck. So now we got to sit through this. But the Q&A was terrific.
It was great, though. That was really cool.
It really was. I'm glad I stuck around, but we were hoping for those guys. Yeah. So how did this come together? I guess Judd Apatow, this was his idea, right?
Yeah, it was Judd's idea. He he's a fan of the 30 for 30 movies, and he like tweeted something and ended up getting in touch with one of the folks from ESPN, and they said, yeah, we'd love to have you do one. Right. And so then he called me. He and I were working on another project together, and he was like, you want to do a 30 for 30? I was like, oh, yeah, of course. So you had already done one, though. Sorry,
I'd done one. Right. He did the Bo Jackson one.
I did the Bo Jackson.
And when he called you, did you know who he was?
Judd?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met Judd a few years ago. I was doing, he was a subject on the show Iconoclast from Sundance Channel, and I was directing it, and it was him and Lena Dunham. So we met there, and just, made a connection. And
I got to tell you, the Bo Jackson one, by the way, just to backtrack a little bit, that was really good, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah.
That 30 for 30 was terrific.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to do. That was like kind of the other side of the coin of this one. That one's just sort of a fun fairy tale.
And another athlete that didn't reach his potential, by the way.
Yeah.
Bo Jackson was unbelievable. Probably one of the greatest athletes we've seen in this country.
Oh, for sure. I
mean, and his whole career was cut short. He came back from the hip surgery, but he was never the same, and then he tapped out quickly after that.
Yeah, I mean, what brought him down was injury. With Doc and Darryl, it was different.
Yeah, but a freak injury. Like his hip was dying.
Totally bizarre.
He couldn't rehab the damn thing. It was actually dying, and they had to replace it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was necro something. I can't remember the name of it.
You're turning me on.
It's the wrong thing, Mike. It's the wrong thing.
Extremely rare. It was he planted his foot wrong. It fucked it up, and then he got this necro, whatever the hell it's called. And
it was super.
Which means your body part is actually dying, and then they had to give him a hip.
Oh, fuck! That happened to my brain.
Yes.
Do like a lot of directors hang out? I was hanging out with this fucking director the other night, Bonnie McFarlane. She directed this movie, Women Aren't Funny, on Netflix.
I've heard it's great. I haven't seen it
yet. And just their mindset, directors. I'm talking to her, and it's just brilliant how they see things in different light, So I'm going to go watch the movie, because it was on Netflix, and I think it comes off July 1st.
Does it?
Yeah, it was on for 2 years.
It went on June 1st. It went on limited 1 month run.
Two-year run on Netflix. So, but it's amazing when I meet directors like her and you. It's just, I don't know. It's just so cool that you guys have such a vision.
Yeah, this was a totally shared vision.
You could have just listened. You didn't have to. You could have just listened to that.
I like being called brilliant. I mean, that's cool. I mean, we just met. But,
So you filmed them in a diner. Why the Goodfellas diner, which I guess is what we'll call it? It's a cool idea.
Yeah, I mean, it was just we wanted to bring them together in a place that seemed natural. Wanted a look that seemed kind of a little bit throwbacky, and
the table from Scarface wasn't around anymore.
It's kind of cool because I think you were the one describing like sort of that diner scene from Goodfellas.
Yeah.
You're trying to get like this visual out to your people, and then
it's my producer Kelsey. Yeah,
Kelsey,
she found it for you. Right?
Kelsey comes back and goes, "All right, I got the actual diner."
Yeah,
and it just worked.
Went and scouted it and said, "This looks great."
Where is it?
It's in Queens. I'm trying to remember where. It's literally called the Goodfellas Diner.
Really?
It used to be called the Clinton Diner or something, and they changed it, I guess, after the movie.
After all the scandals.
And that was the first time you got Doc Gooden and Darryl Strawberry sitting down and actually having a serious conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was kind of the first time they ever really did it. I mean, obviously they've known each other for over 30 years. They're friendly, and they've talked about all kinds of stuff. But like, I feel like they had never had like a really serious conversation before.
Right.
They would talk about baseball or women or whatever, but like this, we kind of really wanted them to get into it. And
usually in life, what I've noticed, when one person's in recovery and the other one doesn't want to be around them because they feel, they're not. They're still the fuck up, and it's almost like it's a hard it's hard to be with somebody who's doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't want to hang with me because my career is so much better than him, you know what I mean? But
It's true.
The interesting thing about these guys, though, is they didn't really party together, which I was kind of surprised.
Oh, I just assumed they did.
No, I thought, yeah,
they
exactly.
They
just
really
had
didn't
different
party
friends.
together. Had completely different circles of friends, yeah.
And,
So they're doing the same kind of crazy
Same
shit,
kind of
just not
crazy shit,
together.
just not together.
yeah, but if they were basing, that drug is an isolation drug at the point where you're just fucking shacking up in a hotel or whatever, and you'd rather be by yourself.
You don't want anybody else around.
No.
I mean, they hit a point where, I mean, it wasn't, you couldn't call partying what they were doing. You know, I mean, there's nothing.
I think for Doc Gooden, it became a problem. Guy who added nothing to the discussion.
Speaking of that, though, I'll go with that point, and I don't think we're giving anything away. It was obvious to me and Vic that Doc is still having some serious problems with his addiction. You can't avoid the fact that
I was nervous. I was nervous 3 minutes
He's all jitty
in.
and shaking in that booth. And my humble opinion that it looks like he's pretty much still using, as Darryl seems to be doing way better at this point.
How horrible would you
in
feel?
his recovery? Huh?
How horrible would you feel if you found out he had Parkinson?
Parkinson is singular. What is that? One tremor? Shut up.
It's one finger.
Yeah. You don't know how to pluralize anything. You throw S's around all over the place. You take them away when they belong. How would you feel if you had Parkinson? I don't know. What is that?
Fucking S's are overrated.
I feel bad.
It could be
either way. Nah, man, I don't. Michael, what do you know about this?
I don't know, and I've never seen him use drugs. I've never seen him take a drink, but I think his life is tough. I think in the film we have Bob Forrest, the great recovery specialist, and he talks about the fact addiction is if you're in recovery, it's always around. It's one step behind you. And I think it's a struggle. I think it's a struggle for both of them, and it's complicated. But I never saw either of them.
Yeah,
use
no,
drugs,
fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess I was just going for what was your feel. You had to think, oh boy, he's having a tough time.
I think
on this shoot.
Yeah, he was great.
We liked him when he came in here.
Yeah, he's a really, really sweet guy. I hope he's doing all right.
Right.
When did you shoot this? A year ago, right?
Yeah, we shot it. We shot with those guys last summer, primarily last summer, and then a little bit up through October, like when the Mets were in the series.
Getting two people to talk like that. I watched a Shatner documentary where him and Leonard Nimoy just talked back and forth. It's weird to have the guys that everyone interviews just chatting with each other. You don't see that as often as you'd think. Yeah. Was it awkward?
Yeah,
was it hard to get them rolling or no?
It was hard to get them talking about stuff that was interesting. When they first sat down, they hadn't seen each other in a long time, and there was kind of just a lot of back and forth of like in jokes that didn't make any sense to any of us. So it took some prodding to get them to really talk about the things that we were interested in. What was it like to go through all this craziness?
Right.
But they came around and did. But I don't think it was the most natural thing in the world.
Sure.
But we always, Judd and I always from the beginning wanted to make sure that we could get. That was part of the deal. It was like, we're going to do this. We're going to, got to do interviews with both of you, and you got to sit down together.
I think Judd.
They were cool.
I think Judd was hoping. He sort of said last night during the Q&A that he was looking for a little more lightheartedness. And it was at times this thing is a downer. There's a few laughs in there, absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
I think you guys weren't hoping. I don't think you were expecting it, I should say, to be as dark as it turned out to be.
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely true. Definitely true.
It's a great 30.
I prefer that though. A nice trip down into the fucking abyss with two guys that really ruined everything. Yeah, that's to me is very interesting.
Being a Mets fan back then, it was so frustrating because you knew how talented these guys were, and they always were tripping over their own dicks. It was like, you got the world by the balls. But that shows you how bad this addiction thing is.
Yeah,
they just couldn't figure it out. And they wasted so much of their precious time that they could have been putting up some incredible numbers.
But they both continued to put up incredible numbers, too. I think if it wasn't for all the off-the-field stuff, they'd probably both be in the Hall of Fame, I think.
Is Doc not in the Hall of Fame?
Neither of them.
Neither guy.
Yeah.
Doc Gooden not in the Hall of Fame?
That's what I'm saying. These were no-brainers to be in the Hall of Fame and have an amazing career.
Will he get in or no?
No.
Wow, why?
He didn't have that long a body of work. That's the problem, I think.
Oh.
How long did he... It'd have to at least be 10 years.
Some of them, yeah, but you can still be you can still have a few good years in
Well,
there.
Doc
Yeah,
was
he's
not in the
got
Hall of Fame.
24-4 that one year, 24-4, and an ERA under 2.
And he did more than 10 years, Dennis. Plus, reporters also hold things against people.
Yeah,
too.
he's right. The baseball writers have to vote you in.
He started in '84 and he retired in
96. He was playing, obviously.
Close to 2000, I believe.
How many hours of footage did you have?
Actually, not that much for a kind of film like this. I mean, the two main interviews with the guys were each really long. It was like, 4 or 5 hours. And then the diner stuff, we sat there for 2 to 3 hours.
Oh, you talked to them separately as well?
Talked to them separately.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then a lot of footage.
And then a bunch of other, sports writers. Jon Stewart's in the film commentating, yeah, I mean, it wasn't a crazy amount of footage, to be honest, but tons of archival.
At the diner, is it true? Did they tip?
Who had the muffin? Who had the eggs?
Daryl enjoyed a nice piece of pie. I noticed. He liked the
French fries and
pie. And then you guys were talking last night about the stuff that you couldn't put in the film because it was overkill or for whatever reason you had to cut this thing down. But the story of was it Daryl's father cheating or was it Doc's?
It was Doc's father. Yeah.
Doc's father. Can you tell that story? Because it's not in the 30 for 30. But
he tells a story about when he was a young kid that his father used to have affairs, and when he was when Doc was 4 or 5 years old, and his dad would bring him to the woman's house, and Doc would sit in the car while his dad was inside stooping the girlfriend, and at one point. Doc as a little kid he was with his mom and driving by the house and he said, "Oh yeah, that's where I go with Daddy." And so he says that a couple of weeks later, his mom was staking out the house and waited for the dad to come out and shot him. Like in the shoulder, grazed him. It wasn't but shot him. But shot him.
So she was mad.
So I mean the history of violence and fucked up stuff in these guys' lives started really early.
Strawberry too.
His father was like a brutal alcoholic.
I beat the shit out of him.
Kids. Yeah,
beat the shit out of him.
Wow, so he had it rough.
He got whipped with cords and all that crap. Yeah. But back to that story. Like as a filmmaker, is that really frustrating that you have that's gold? That's a great story. And you're like, yeah, we can't put it in the 30 for 30 because this thing's running a little long, and we already sort of made that point in other ways, and you just have to cut that out and just.
It's tough. Yeah, I mean, there were so many times when we were like, the OJ film had like 7.5 hours. Right. Can't we? Right. 78 minutes. But I mean, you just got to make those decisions. I mean, we also had a great sequence where I don't know if you guys remember. I think it was in '89 at the team picture day for the Mets. Darryl took a swing at Keith Hernandez, and it was all the press is there, and everything.
Why?
It was really funny. There was some kind of just
because they were all on drugs,
their contracts or whatever, and it was kind of a funny moment, and we just had to cut it.
Did they ever make up or no?
Oh yeah, they're fine. It was just a brief.
These guys. He tried to punch them.
He took a swing. He didn't quite hit him, but the New York Post had a headline that said "Strawberry finally hits cutoff man." That's funny.
So did you talk about the fact that Daryl and Doc both did drugs in this?
It comes up once or twice.
Yeah, it's fascinating, man. Do you edit this, or do you have because a good editor makes or breaks something, and it's thanks.
Judd and I were very involved in the edit, but we have a brilliant editor named Dave Marcus who did the real heavy lifting. And
did he do anything that you were like, "Fuck, dude, I don't want to lose"? Did you fight with him at all?
No, we actually got along great. I mean, I've worked with him before. He's a fantastic editor and a great guy. And, we would never, remove things without talking about it.
Yeah, but you have final say in what goes in.
Oh, yeah.
And nowadays, that lost footage or the footage that doesn't make it, you can put it out.
Sure.
And I'm sure they'll maybe do an extended version of this down the road.
Or online. You can watch it online.
Something.
That'd be great, yeah.
I got to ask, so the 86 Mets were just completely out of control. There were so many partiers and people were doing drugs and drinking and all this. Was there any other teams around that time that had that reputation, or was it just the Mets?
I don't know. I mean, I think one of the things we get into in the film is, greenies, amphetamines being so prevalent in baseball. Like that was not confined just to the Mets. That was everywhere. I think the '86 Mets were especially outrageous. You know, I mean, that's why they have the
whole league hated
reputation.
them.
Yeah,
They were hated.
Yeah,
and Daryl Strawberry talks about taking greenies and then playing and saying how giant the baseball looked when it was coming in.
Yeah.
He says I couldn't miss that fucking thing when I was on greenies.
Yeah.
Can you imagine playing?
What's a greenie?
I guess it's some kind of a speed. It's a speed.
Yeah. And apparently they were just jars of them like Tic Tacs sitting everywhere, and people are just it was just readily available in every major league clubhouse.
Yeah,
every
that's
team.
what Ron Darling said.
They kind of pep you up.
Speed you up just a tad.
Yeah.
Give you a little
focus.
Give you a little focus. A little extra focus.
That was on for just from the 70s on into the 80s. The greenie thing in baseball was like a 20-year thing, right? At least.
Yeah.
And everyone knew, baseball knew, but it was good for business.
Nobody cared.
That's why they're all full of shit with the steroids and everything else. They all knew that during the steroid era as well that all these guys were juicing.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to say.
Yeah, but
no, I'm saying I don't know how you couldn't know.
Okay. Yeah.
But when he talks about doing steroids, it was just to keep them going. It was to keep them. They're doing 180 or 100 whatever games.
162
So and on planes and 162 games. Some of them are just doing it just to maintain.
Well, Lenny explains in the book, and he's coming in a few minutes. He was 150. He was 160 pounds on the Mets. Was doing the greenies, and that knocked his weight down to 150. And he's like, if I want to have a long, successful career, my body's going to give out. I'm too fucking small. Went to a doctor and basically said, "What could you give me?" And the next year, he bulked up to 190 pounds when he was playing for the Phillies.
Wow.
He gained almost 40 pounds, depending, where his weight was when he hit the steroids. 30 to 40 pounds.
I think one of the things about steroids too, it's not just about bulking. I mean, it's recovery. You know, like you're straining your muscles like every day and performing at that kind of a level. And steroids just aid in quick recovery. I mean, you got to play a game again the next day, and I think that's probably what starts a lot of it.
I thought of taking them. I never took them. I played horseshoes. And that's for a while. Your shoulders. Oh, it's no laughing matter.
Lenny says that steroids might have saved his life. He had a horrible car accident in Philly, bruised his heart, and the doctors basically said, the steroids probably, helped you survive that damn thing.
What, the muscle in his chest, you mean, from hitting it from the steering wheel?
Wow. Yeah, I don't know exactly. In the book, it says an actual bruise of his heart. That's pretty fucked up. He said most average people don't really survive that type of injury, and Lenny thinks it's because he was on steroids. That
a bruised heart.
He survived it and was able to play after that.
We've all had one, though, right, boys?
I knew you were going to say that.
I know. I love myself a softball. Bruised heart. Just to reiterate.
Well, we are talking baseball, so it makes sense.
That's right.
Darryl opened up some recovery centers. He's very much into God. Mm-hmm. His new wife. We had her in here with Darryl.
Oh, really?
Oh boy, she likes to say the word God a lot.
Yeah,
we put a montage.
Yeah, God, why am I here?
But whatever it takes. I mean, she told the story how she dragged him out of a crack house in St. Louis. Mm-hmm. I think they met.
Has he been with him for how long?
They met in recovery, I believe, or some kind of
they've been together
retreat
for
or whatever.
15 years or so.
And he relapsed at one point.
Pardon?
He relapsed, I think, at one point, and then she helped him.
Yeah,
they seem like they're good together. I mean, look, if being really into God is what helps you, whatever.
Right. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
it's hard with a couple when you're both in recovery. It's not as easy as you think, because a lot of times you'll start focusing on their recovery taken away from your recovery. You know, it's just
you focus on the other person.
Yeah, and it's easy because then you take the focus off you, and you don't have to worry about how fucked up you are as a person.
It's easy to take someone else's inventory.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now as I look at you.
That's all right. I'm doing the same thing. What do you think? I'm fucking letting you off with a free pass? All I'm thinking of is just what human garbage I'm talking to.
I'm just thinking how you beat the hare in the race.
He's implying that I look like a turtle. That's body shaming.
You don't have to explain.
Aren't you glad you came in here for this?
Well, you know, my ears are not trash cans. All day afternoon.
No, but your throat is.
Oh,
Wow! What are you doing?
Well, I can't sue him for slander.
Have you heard from Bo Jackson since?
No, I've never met him.
Since since the 30 for 30, do you keep in touch with some of these guys?
No, you know, I haven't talked to Bo since that came out. Yeah, he's gone on to
him and his
endorsing 5 Hour Energy, and you know.
Does he have money still? He does, right?
Oh God!
Oh,
Yes.
good for him.
He was always really careful, and
Daryl and Doc both broke. No, decent.
No, not Doc.
No, I don't know much about their personal finances, but I think they're doing, okay.
Are you a big sports fan, or you just saw a good story?
I just saw a good story.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know anything about sports.
Yeah.
I really don't.
No, I said to him,
Maybe that's why you do it better though, because you come at it from a curious outside point of view, and you're not obsessed with the shit that a sports fan would be. Maybe you make a better documentary than a hardcore Metropolitans fan would.
Because
so.
That probably makes that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't know anything about.
That's
Bo.
why you
I didn't know anything
That's
about
why you
these
focused
guys,
on Bo Jackson and his arrows.
Well, I said to him last night, I'm like, I'm Auburn and War Eagle, and he looked at me like, I don't know what you're fucking talking about. And I'm like, Bo went to Auburn. He sort of gave me a side. He was like, what the fuck are you telling me this for? And I'm like, no, because Auburn. You know.
Well, we just come out of the screening about the other.
Exactly. And I bring up the other thing. Yeah, no, I bring up the total. I'm really good at fucking.
You mean after your big screening, you weren't happy to hear that accent? I'm from Auburn. That's helpful.
Every day, people are happy to hear from me.
He's still huge down there. Right?
No, he's monster big. Yeah, no,
he's
he's
a statue of him.
He is absolutely Jesus. He is absolutely
Bo Jackson.
Yeah, he is
In that area, he'll always be.
Well, he excelled at athletics.
Yeah,
he was pretty good at football and baseball. Actually, yeah.
I told a story in here once where there was a guy. They played my high school team, and he broke it from the 2-yard line, and he almost, it would have been a 98-yard run, but then a guy ran him down and had the angle and jumped on his back and kind of grinded him down to the ground. And that dude got laid for 2 years because he ran down Bo Jackson. in our town, Leland Hughes. He ran the Stanley Steamer, was his thing. He was a carpet guy.
Wow, good thing it wasn't Ohio.
Where have I heard that? I've heard that story
I've
before.
told it on here before. It was a common thing, but it's, sure, I mean, but still, that's how famous he was, that you could get laid just from maybe you tackled him.
Yeah. Do you, were there other guys you wanted to talk to? They just,
we
weren't available?
Yeah, I mean, some of it was scheduling, some of it was just, we could only have so many voices and their, budget constraints and things like that, but,
they could do a 30 for 30 on that entire team and
totally.
that whole year.
Yeah, I mean, that was one thing we wanted to make sure that, people understand, this is not the 86 Mets film.
Right, it's not.
We don't want people to watch it thinking it's going to be, because it totally isn't. It's about Doc and Darryl.
Right. I love there's enough inspirational sports stories. We also love to hear the ones about the guys that just fuck it up. It's amazingly stupid, but any one of us can see ourselves ruining something.
Well, that's why there's something so universal in people who, addiction. It's you don't have to be a sports star.
One of the best 30 for 30s was Broke, which plays to Jimmy's point.
Right.
Those guys, you just assume they would have. There's a 30 for 30 called Broke, and it focuses on the athletes.
Yes, funny bone.
Fucking John Daly.
Do you want the answer? Because you did ask. I'm just wondering. Your ADD is rough today at times. It's all these guys and how they just run out of fucking money, and in the end they're broke. You would never think that these guys. Look how he's trying to focus now.
No, I get it. John Daly blew over 50
Who's John
million.
Daly?
Daly, I said.
No, you didn't. Rewind that, Travis. Did he say John Daly? I'm going to bite your forearm if you said John Daly.
Now you call Cox forearms? Daly. I didn't say Dilly.
You did. You say Goff. You talk terribly.
Okay.
For a person that's chosen that as a profession.
He had a gambling problem, right?
Hold on.
You got it?
Travis? It literally just happened. Trav Dog is checking
He's
it out.
on it.
All right, he's going to let us.
Hey, man.
We're waiting for Travis. He's going to see if you said John, what? Dilly? John Dilly?
Yeah,
what do you want to bet?
Well.
What do you want to bet?
I bet I'll bet you two slaps in the face.
Against a liver spot.
All right. Okay, let's hear it.
Focus now.
No, I get it. John Daly blew over.
John Dilly.
A lot of people don't know him.
Shut up. Don't dally.
Over $50 million fucking dollars. How do you do that?
Well, that's what the documentary is all about. Every one of them.
I try to get out of it real quick.
Dilly.
Good old John Dilly.
Stupid Daldo. All right, go ahead.
John Dilly loved to gamble.
And he had like 5 wives, right?
What about Carl Ripken? Was he a gambler too, or he said Carl Ripken
earlier?
It was all cute.
I didn't make a mistake.
Yeah, we all make mistakes. It's okay.
No, your parents made one. You want to stop in? Oh, I don't know if that clinic is safe. Should have been aborted. Stop thinking.
No, I got it.
Stop thinking. No, you don't. All right, go ahead.
You don't have it.
She had DTs and couldn't work the hanger. Nothing.
No, but it was all right.
It was good. It just we waited too long.
We did.
Let's get back to the Doc guy.
Mike's just sitting there.
I also the DTs. It could have been a Parkinson. I don't know.
I also learned we did a little research on you. Some kind of monster. You were involved in that?
Yeah, I was an associate producer on that. Yeah.
No kidding. That thing was amazing.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah,
to
we
make
love
Charlize Theron unattractive, she's so beautiful, and to have her be like such an atrocious creature, and that was fucking masterful.
Yeah, that movie was good too.
Oh wait, what am I thinking? What am I thinking?
You're
thinking of a monster. Sorry, I'm thinking of what am I thinking of?
Oh, come on, play it back. Play it back.
Okay.
No, but I thought you were going for a joke.
No, I actually meant I was thinking of the film about Arlene Warmers.
That's what I thought.
I thought you were going for a joke.
That Metallica documentary was
Metallica
awesome.
is some kind of monster. You were an associate.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to play it back because I immediately go, "Oh yeah, you're right. I fucked up." I don't go, "No, I didn't." No, I didn't say that.
Don't make your chin any smaller, you idiot.
Why am I? If you're body shaming me.
Huh?
Yeah, body shaming is a big thing these days.
You're mind shaming me.
I know. And that's not an easy target to hit.
Even Bo Jackson can't hit that with his arrows.
That was funny the way you handled that, too. Yeah, that was a good one, too.
Yeah.
So what happened? That therapist in the movie, at the end, he was kind of hurt that they wanted to move away from him.
That they didn't need him anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they ended up, I mean, they're, as far as I know, I mean, I haven't seen those guys in ages, and I had a small role on that film. Joe Berlinger and Bruce Sanofsky were the ones who really made that film.
Then take it off your IMDb.
I think they were okay. I think their the relationship there was fine. I don't think there was any real bad blood, but I think they just realized okay, it's time to sort of end this.
But the therapist really started believing he was part of the band. He started getting a bit creepy.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then they're like, "We don't need you anymore." And he pretty much broke down and cried like he needed a therapist to get over.
But he saved the band. I mean, all those guys will say they would not be together if it wasn't for Phil Tull. So
it was really honest and open. I couldn't believe Metallica agreed to do something like that and give you guys access on their therapy sessions.
Was that Jason Newsted or was that Rob Trujillo?
Rob Trujillo. Well, he came, the film started right after Jason left.
Yeah.
And then throughout the making of it, Rob came on.
Right. Exactly.
So what you got coming up, or you got what's in the pipeline?
Judd and I are doing a film about the Avett Brothers, the band.
Right. So I didn't know if he was goofing last night when he said that.
We've been shooting for over 2 years.
What band?
The Avett Brothers. They just played the Garden a little while ago. They got a new record out.
But why the Avett Brothers? Why did you want to go down that road?
It was Judd's idea again. He's a big fan of the band, and he and Rick Rubin had been talking, and the band is on Rick's label, and he's produced their last few albums. And Rick was saying, they're about to start, working on a new record, and might be an interesting time to, do a documentary. And so we went and checked it out, and just started filming from the very first songwriting sessions for their new album that just came out on Friday.
What's the angle on it? What's the angle on this thing? They get along, or is there?
They get along unbelievably well. It's sort of bizarre how well they get along.
So you're trying to break up the band so you get a good film.
Pretty much.
And then there's that one subject you find, the one of them's a Holocaust denier. Don't get him started.
Who is? You're not gonna believe what he said about you.
Where are they from?
I was from North Carolina.
Okay, there you go.
North Carolina.
I don't think I know these guys. Maybe if I heard a song,
they're
I go, "Oh, those
great band. They're really good.
I've never heard of them.
And live, they're unbelievable.
What's the name of the band?
Most incredible shows.
Avett Brothers.
Did you see them at the Garden?
Yeah. We filmed the show actually, and it was amazing. Yeah,
you want to stick around for Lenny Dykstra?
I'll say hello. Sure. Yeah.
All right.
We should take a quick break before that.
Sure.
Okay. But I got to tell you, Michael, Doc and Darryl premieres July 14th, 9 p.m. on ESPN. You did a great job.
Thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it.
We really enjoyed it. I mean, it was a downer. I teared up slightly a little bit here and there. I was like, fuck, man.
Well, yeah.
Why?
Heavy story.
It's heavy
He wanted to relate to his audience.
So you're saying that the audience cries a lot when they listen to this program?
Only when I'm on.
Oh, come on, Vic.
Oh, Vic.
Come
Why
on.
are you beating yourself?
Not only when you're on, especially.
Okay, especially when I'm on.
Bonnie and I were discussing getting you a third mic and firing our part-time third mic.
All right. Whatever you need. I'm there for you, buddy. You know that.
Okay. Who's your part-time third mic?
Ben. He's really good, but Vic laughs at what I say.
Sometimes you're funny, Rich. a lot of the time. Actually.
Rich is at Gotham Comedy Club, and I think we could go to break with that, right?
Next weekend in Kentucky at
Lexington.
No, Louisville.
Louisville.
Oh, Louisville.
Laughing
Derby. Okay.
We're going to play Valhalla.
All right, Dennis, take us a break. When we get back, we got Lenny Dykstra.
All right, let's play some American rock and roll as we get set for the 4th of July weekend. When Todd Rundgren took over and started producing the band, that's when they changed their name to Grand Funk. So let's lose the railroad. It's an American band here on the Opie Radio Morning Show. Well, good morning. It's Dennis Falcone here.
Dennis, we don't have time for that. Lenny Dykstra is outside the studio. We got to bring him in. He's a big star.
No, turn it up.
Turn it up. Why?
Hello. Jim, how are you? Welcome.
Pulling muscles from a show. Squeeze.
Another nail in my heart.
Another nail in my heart. Sorry for nails, of course.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Oh, man, how are you?
Lenny Dykstra, what's up, buddy?
Are we in action right now?
Yes, we are in action. How are you?
I heard this dude Rich Voss is here. He's right there.
He's right there.
What's happening? How's it going?
How did you make it last night?
How about that?
You finally get home?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I got you to the hotel.
No, after Oh, you haven't told him?
Yeah. No, I cleaned my back off and then I went to the...
Wait, what?
It's like I corrupt people, you know. No, he hosted an event we had for House of Nails, my book.
Yes.
A book. I want you to buy the motherfucker. I'm like, sorry, here. No, he was awesome. I mean,
thank you.
He was great.
He did a good job last night for you.
To the fans and
so.
Live Nation, I mean, I think they're like the mafia, man. Like, they take a piece of everything.
Yeah, they're in.
You would have liked a bigger piece for yourself, right?
Yeah, I didn't, not so much, but the book is really the only, actually being serious. So when I say I'm being serious, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Like, this is like one of the first things I've done where it wasn't about the money.
Right.
I've actually lost money doing this book because, the business models change with books. I had to buy my own pictures. I mean,
what do you mean you had to buy?
Oh, you didn't own the rights to the photos.
Well, right, because it's the same thing. Like everybody gets a piece of everything, and
right.
So like the picture here that says me and Straw, Darryl Strawberry, aka Soul Pole.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
you gotta have it.
Yeah.
I had to buy that.
How much does it cost?
How much the photo cost?
All these photos cost about $10,000.
Altogether, the whole middle of the book.
Total. Okay.
The one that cost the most was at the Ritz in Paris. When the Ritz has been 30 years since you felt like this, brother. The back. What are we doing?
Yeah, there it is.
The back cover. That's a good shot, though.
Yeah,
you're living the life. You're living the life right there.
It's called recovering. But some high ceilings, though.
I listened to the whole book, House of Nails. It's a great read.
Really?
Yeah, because you're being very open and honest, and you're not holding back whatsoever.
That's great. You listened to it?
I listened to it on Audible.
Oh yeah, they asked me. They said I wasn't qualified to do it because I talk kind of funny.
Well,
and I have a problem with talking clearly.
Well, what's wrong with the way you talk?
I have a propensity to mumble, they say.
Well, you lost.
So do I.
But I don't even know what propensity means.
You got your teeth punched out? Yeah, you got your teeth knocked out in jail, right?
Man, just another day at the office, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, who did it?
Frank.
20 deputies that are in prison right now. That's another thing about the book. It's got so much... the book is basically a book about a person It's about a baseball player, but not about baseball per se. It's about life and
right.
And so what I did is like had a ghostwriter, because that's what you do. You get a ghostwriter, and like I'm a year into it, and I couldn't take it. I mean, it's not when his fault, but it just wasn't my words. So I said, like, it's not your fault. God himself couldn't be my ghostwriter. So I called my editor, Peter Hubbard at HarperCollins, and the book's like due in a month or something. And I said, you know what? I just fired my writer. I'm writing the motherfucker myself.
Right.
I mean, can you imagine like the laughter going on? And I said, no, I am. And he believed in me, and so I locked myself in a room for 6 months, and like I just went after it, like blood on the keyboards every night, and came out with something I'm really proud of. What I mean is like, it's like when I played baseball, like I left it all on the field, and so like I was telling Rich last night, like the way I judge myself, I used to like sit down after the game and like just be like quiet time in front of my locker and say like, okay, if I was a fan, would I have paid money to watch myself play?
Makes sense.
Which they don't do now, trust me. And so this book, I know that I gave like everything I got. And so everything I got was good enough for Stephen King. I mean, like he says, you read that for me.
Sure, Lenny. It says here, tough, straight, upsetting, and strangely beautiful. One of the best sports autobiographies I've ever read. Stephen King. It's a great endorsement.
Strangely beautiful. That's so Stephen King, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is.
Well, he's walked where I've walked.
And you try to get John Grisham, and he was busy because he never got back to you, Lenny, and it pissed me off.
Grisham was he was like remember, the whale was king. That was our main
right.
So Grisham, that's who I had to do my like Pearl Harbor first to see how it worked. And
right.
So I learned from like instead of showing up at his door like I did.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, who else does that?
Yeah, he showed up at John Grisham's place.
Yeah, 500-acre ranch
in Mississippi.
He's in Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably thought he was writing a novel about a young attorney.
No, he's a huge baseball fan. I do my research, and so I have this PI who's awesome. Like you can get anybody's like anything, and that's mainly for like all these women that have tried to steal my money over the years. They can't no more though. They're done.
Right.
I mean, so they're fucked.
Do you got some money left, Lenny?
No, I have enough. I mean, like I don't have what I used to have, but what I used to have just led to more planes and
private jets,
and then which leads to like substances and
right.
pussy, and then more pussy.
Well, you still get pussy. I mean, the older women like you. I mean, do they not pay you to go out?
Well, no, it's not so much like. It's just once in a while, you gotta give back.
No. Community service.
Yeah. By the way, I did 500 hours of that. It was like when I got sentenced, the feds wanted 5 years of my life for selling 2 pieces of furniture, and the way it works in the federal system is they don't fuck around. Meaning, like the sentencing is based on they have a low end and a high end. So the low end was 3 years and the high end was 5.
Yeah.
So I'm going in there thinking, like, I hope I can get 3 years. But my attorney, who was triple smart, said to the judge, he's a great judge. I mean, he's a fair judge. She said, Your Honor, I was in front of you last week with the same kind of case, but this is a $200,000 fraud case. Last week was a $500,000 fraud case, and you gave my client probation. They want 5 years of Mr. Dykstra's life.
Wow.
For what? Because they don't like him?
Right.
So then the judge ended up, he gave me 6 months.
Right.
So then, but then like, I'm like ready to like put my tongue down my attorney's throat, and like, you have to go back in a room where they have to go over all your charges and tell you what your rights are. And they walk back there and they're looking like kind of not like, I'm like what happened? Did he change his mind or? And they said, no, it's not that. because he hit me with 500 hours of community service. I mean, after I heard the 6 months, I didn't really listen, because then he said, I remember he gets up here and he puts his glasses down and he says, but you know what? I'm trying to figure out who is Mr. Dykstra. He says, we're going to find out. We're going to see how he does with the poor people. He says, I'm going to do something I've never done and give him 500 hours of community service. But again, to me, that's like, what, help kids in Little League or what?
Yeah.
So, like, the reality is, like, my attorneys came in and said, like, listen, man, like, if you don't do them hours, you will get violated and you'll start your sentence over. So it was, so they put me in a soup kitchen and I went, like, and my Fed parole officer would show up and, hey, how you doing? Like, where are you? Here? So am I. Mm. So, like, if I wasn't there that day, they literally take you back and you start over. Wow. So, same thing with pissing in a cup, you know?
Right.
I mean, I'm a master now, dude. I can just, like, yeah, 3 years in a row. I just got off probation, actually. Which reminds me, the federal government owes me my passport back.
Wow. So you're still enjoying a little partying?
Oh, no, I don't.
No more partying anymore?
Substances? Like, I'm too old, bro.
Well, we just went and saw the doc in Darryl, 30 for 30, about those two and the 86 Mets and the craziness that you guys all got into.
Roommates.
Yeah, absolutely.
Straw invited me when I got called up. My first time, Strawberry asked me to live with him. And then Mookie got off the DL. And then I got called back up, and then Doc asked me to live with him.
Wow.
So that's kind of like... That's weird.
There was a great picture of the three of you guys in the dugout.
That happens though with me, you know, like.
But supposedly, I think you said it in the book, you weren't really partying back then, around that time.
No, I was a kid. I didn't even know what partying was. I mean, because remember, like, in high school, I never went to a dance. I never went to a party. I never had a beer. I had one friend, because I needed somebody to play catch with.
Right.
I mean, I was on a mission to get the fuck out of the middle. And so, like, that wasn't even an option for me back then. I had some pipe cleaners, so I cleaned my pipes here.
Right.
You know, but no girlfriends were, you know, nagging and, like, you know, taking their time up. But
you were all focused on playing baseball, and you knew you had a talent, and you knew you could make it to the majors.
Well, it was my only way out of the middle, because I wasn't going to be poor. I mean,
Where's the middle? Where are you from?
His act.
Garden Grove, I grew up, but it doesn't even matter where I'm from, because that wasn't even like a factor. I didn't give a fuck where I was from. I was just getting the fuck out of it.
But Lenny, that's interesting, because in the book you talk about you were 150, 160 pounds with the Mets, and you knew you needed something from the doctor to bulk up your body, and that's when you first started doing steroids, and you went all the way up to 190 pounds when you played with the Phillies, because you said that exact thing to the doctor. It's like, I'm either going to make $10 million a year, or I'm going to have a regular job listening to, you know, some, I think you said bozo or something.
Yeah, that's funny. Dude, you're smart, man. No wonder you're sitting over there. Anyway, but let me tell you how that starts. So like, I played with the Mets, and like, there was no drugs involved. I mean, like, I was loving baseball, and
right.
But once you take amphetamines, okay, which take you north, as you know, and which is a good, you know, I mean, these are the drugs that they give, like, our fighter pilots, you know? I mean,
to keep them focused.
Well, right. So, like, I was getting Dexedrine. So the problem with that is you don't eat in your diet, like, meaning so when I got to Philly and they gave me the chance to play every day, I literally just, like, I didn't forget how to hit. I just wore down.
Right.
I mean, I literally, like the bat felt like a telephone pole. And so the general manager said, look, we're going to give you 1990. You know, you're going to be our everyday guy. He says, you're not going to have to look at the lineup. So I knew 1990 was going to be the year that was going to determine, like, if I was going to be a millionaire or have to, like, get a real job.
Right.
So no one, like, told me anything about this. I mean, there was no steroids out. I didn't even know I was going to use a steroid. I went, like, did the research and found out about this guy named Ben Johnson, who was the first one to do it. He's
the Canadian sprinter.
Yeah, and so... And then I just went to the Yellow Pages and I found some hillbilly doctor in Mississippi. You know, people live there too, by the way, in Mississippi. No, I met my wife there. It's actually it's an interesting place. But So I explained to him, like, with real passion and real honesty. I mean, it wasn't about, like, hey, I'm trying to get drugs. I mean, because it doesn't alter your mind. I told him, I said, I literally, like, need something to help me. Like, I don't need anything. I can hit. I know how to play baseball. I don't need any help there. But what I do need help with is something that's going to keep me in position so I can, continue to hit and the bat still builds.
And not wear down.
Yeah, and not wear down.
Yeah.
And so, and he gives me a prescription. I go to Rite Aid. And remember, I wasn't illegal then either. He says, when you come back, I'll show you how to, inject it. And next thing I know, I got a harpoon going in, and I hire a trainer. And I get after it, and I show up in fucking spring training like a Greek fucking god.
190 pounds.
Yeah, I walk in there.
160-ish the year
190
before.
pounds on, but remember.
Chiseled,
but walking in there like, you guys want some of this, motherfuckers? Bring it.
And I'm so glad you're openly talking about this because, everyone was doing the steroids. We all know it. Baseball knew it. All the organizations knew it. And for them to make believe they didn't see this going on is ridiculous to me.
Well, it's not, I actually told baseball. I told at a meeting. So, in this crazy world I've lived in, so I had a few issues with security. I played in this high-stakes poker game in Mississippi. It was fucking hilarious.
High stakes. What was the average hand?
Oh, it was big, bro. I don't know. I wrote a check for $75,000. I wrote a check for, But what happened is the guy that ran the game named Herb Kelso, this real picture of this dude with a big cigar, big boiler. We used to play golf first, and I'd beat him out of 30, 40 grand on a golf course. And he'd give it to me in chips.
What's that?
He'd give it to me in poker chips. It was all set up. It's all rigged, man. And so this game it was the biggest game in the Delta, man. And you had these catfish farmers come in. So it turns out I get a call from an FBI agent in 1990, right before spring training, says we found one of your checks and we just busted this guy for tax evasion. So boom, next thing I know, I'm fucking sitting in front of A. Vincent and, Kevin Hallinan. And the guy that took Pete Rose down actually was named Dodd.
Oh wow!
And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing here? I just played poker. So anyways, Faye Vincent was really cool. He said, if you're going to be honest with me, and we'll be okay. So he said, what happened? I said, I played poker. And so it was kind of funny because all the press came out, and we opened up in Chicago, and as I'm running out to the outfield, they hold up a full house. Yeah. So then I ended up doing some work for MLB, talking to players about, because I was off everything, doing my thing. And so I became pretty close with Kevin Hallinan, the head of security. And so, I got a call one day saying, hey, the brass wants to talk to you. So I meet up in the presidential suite of Four Seasons, and they're all there, all the big swinging dicks. And so they're talking about amphetamines, they're talking about blow, they're talking about marijuana. And I said, no, you got it all wrong, man. I said, steroids, that's your problem. And I'll tell you why it's your problem. Because when money's involved, because remember, they work, okay? Meaning, you can make $100 million if you take steroids. If you don't take them, you get fired and you get a real job. What are you going to do?
You're going to take the steroids.
I don't know.
It's a moral dilemma.
You're fucking stupid. Or you don't like money. By the way, by the way, that doesn't mean everybody took them.
Sure.
There were pitchers on you to take them. Think about that job. How about that? Fucking what?
In your estimate, what percentage of the players back then were doing it?
About 80%.
80%
of the players, on the field. But then it grew, and then, but more prevalent is amphetamines, though.
How come the pitchers didn't need to do it?
Well, think about it. Look,
too much muscle mass for a pitcher's
job. What a job! If you're ever into anything, all you listeners out there, if you're having kids and you're one of them parents that want to whip your kid into playing baseball, at least make him a pitcher. Because what a job! If you make every start, it would be 35 times.
Right.
You don't have to finish the game. You don't have to hit. And like you can give up 3 or 4 runs.
And if you do hit and you get to first base, they run a little windbreaker out for you.
Yeah, but I'm saying that the thing is though, like people say all these players make all this money and this and that. I say to people, but you know what? You go try out. You do it.
Yeah, it's a rare talent.
If you had a problem with people making the kind of money they're making, then it's a free world. Go to spring training, try to get the job.
Sure.
So unless you can like do what they can do, shut the fuck up.
And baseball and the owners, they knew it was great for the game. It was bringing.
By the way, I can say fucking.
Yeah,
You can say anything you want.
It was bringing people into the seats. Those homers were ridiculous to watch.
Kind of funny,
huh?
Everyone's kind of looking at me funny when I say fuck.
No, we like it.
No, we're just listening.
You like
That's our sexual excitement.
Yeah.
We're just. That reminds me of like how many times I heard I can't believe I'm doing this.
Right.
Last night I said it.
No, me and Rich got there. We like huddled up and we kind of both looked at each other and said, like, "What the fuck are we doing here?"
No one had a game. We put the game plan together.
Yeah, it came out great, and at the end of the day, it's really what it's all about. That's what this book's about. It's about. I mean, sometimes in life, like. You know, we forget like why we go to work, what we do, what we're trying to like be successful for, and that's so we can like have something to look forward to. And,
sure.
So this is entertainment.
Nice.
But this is also sad and funny, and it'll make you laugh and maybe make you cry and maybe make you piss off at me, but then there's humility too.
Absolutely.
You know?
Are you still friends? I know it was legendary that you were friends with De Niro. Did he like help you out at all?
I mean, I wasn't friends with him. I mean, he hit me up for my Richards, you know.
Yeah, but you talk about how you did coke with Robert De Niro.
Keith Richards.
Richards, right?
Because
that was code.
So you have a code. You can't say like around
right, sure.
Kid who's got the blow, you know.
Right.
So like I picture like I'm always good at coming up with names, so. I thought of what, like, Keith Richards looks like a line of coke. So I was like, who's got the Richards? So when I said no, De Niro, I was at St. Bart's. So we just happened to be, there's 2 presidential suites, and I was like in a helicopter and fucking shit in right and left, bro. And he's like over there, like, you know, with his wife and like, whatever. I mean, so I come walking back to my place and I have like a banana daiquiri and he says, "What's in there?" He started the conversation. I swear to God, he didn't know who I was then, and I still don't think he knows who I am. Meaning, like, he wasn't a baseball fan.
Yeah.
Which I didn't give him. I mean,
right.
I didn't care. I mean, then I taught him, I gave him my amphetamines too. I told him these are better, you know, because they are. Like, the blow, I wasn't that much, I mean, the powder is like, it wasn't really my deal. I'm more of an FDA guy, you know, like, so it's more of a smoother ride.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Opposed to, like, who knows what you're getting. That's why he said, "Is it any good?" But before I could answer him, he said his pinky in there.
They give you a little test. You tried it out a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, like my boy Mickey Rourke, you know, he said, yeah, by the way, that guy owes me $30,000.
Mickey Rourke owes you 30 G's?
Yeah, he does. I wanted to. Because didn't he make some money on this wrestling fucking movie?
He made some money.
He did, yeah.
He made some bucks.
Do you think he still has it?
I don't know. I mean, he
what was the $30,000 for? Gambling?
Oh no, he was having a rough time, man. Like he, that Carrie Otis thing, and but anyway, but we'd be out, and this guy had a pinky nail, dude, and you could be talking to him. I swear, I kid you not, and he would like go like this, and he would hit it, and like you couldn't tell. He was,
De Niro, you mean, or Lenny?
No,
or
De Niro was a
Ricky?
one-time deal.
Oh.
We just happened to he happened to be in the right place at the right time, so I was able to like get him. Like, to escape reality for a little while, I guess. I don't know, whatever he wanted it for. But I remember when I was leaving, he said, hey, do you have any more of them pills, man? Like, you know, do you spare? So I gave him, you know, a few of my 30 milligram Dexedrine, you know. Those are gold, dude. Gold. Fucking gold. Okay, what else?
So Mickey Rourke owes you money.
30,000.
Yeah, well, what happened with Mickey, like, I mean, when it's all going kind of bad, like, I promised my wife I would check into this place called Promises. It was a real famous, fancy place in Malibu, like, all select, like, you had to go there to be cool. If you didn't go to Promises, you weren't cool. And, so I said, fuck it, man, okay, I'll do it. It's on Malibu, and it was like 50 or 60 grand. But I said, before I do it, I'm like, at least I'm going to go down on planes. I mean, I'm party a little bit before I go and clear out. So I end up in a bungalow in Beverly Hills. Fuck, dude. One day turned to the next, and then another, and the Promises keeps calling me, where are you at? I said, I'll be there. Finally, like the 10th day, I'm looking in the mirror, and I'm fucking holding that little fucking dog of his, and I got a scarf around my neck that he wore, and I said, wow, this is bad. I look like the Crypt Keeper, from Tales of the Crypt. Yeah. I said, Mickey, roll it the fuck up, man. I'm fucking done. So after I paid my $300,000 bill.
Wow. $300,000?
That's the place I told you I spoke at.
Yeah. Well, I had bungalows and I had like other places for extra,
Yeah. You went through some money. Wow.
Yeah.
That's not fiscally responsible.
Wow.
I mean, I was one paycheck, though.
What about your 401?
Well, think about this, though.
That's one check.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
You could justify it. That sounds just kind of scary. Meaning, so I made, and again, remember, the most I made was $6 million. So think about what they're making now. So at $6 million, because you get paid over 6 months, your baseball season, I got $250,000 every 2 weeks.
Okay.
So, like, if you lost in gambling or you had a blowout like that, it was like, okay, I just look at it like it's okay. I can justify it. I just missed one check. They just skip. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not really a good way to think, but
you knew the money was you could make it up.
Well, but think about that. Okay, so now guys make $15 million like they make fucking the average players. So I'm not too good at math. So 6 times. So if I'm making $250, that means they're getting $700,000 every 2 weeks,
something like that.
That's fucking crazy, man.
I know.
But the thing is, and they're not even playing the game right. That's the biggest problem I have.
Right.
The money, I want them to make the money. I mean, look, if the owners, they're smart guys. I mean, they don't own the teams, they're stupid. So if they can pay them players that money, they got it.
Sure.
But anyway, that's a whole
other thing.
Because baseball, when we get on baseball, it's really serious business to me. Mm-hmm. And I know how baseball works better than anybody. I mean, because that was my business, And
you really studied the game. You talk about that in the book as well.
Yeah, that's cool that you read that, because I kind of outlined a chapter on how the game is supposed to be played.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only one way to play the game. You either play it right or you play it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And 90% of the players play wrong.
Right.
Right. I mean, I'm serious. They don't play right. I mean, if you play right, over the long haul, because remember, it's a 6-month schedule. So you're going to have your ups and downs, but the key is to have the ability to limit damage and control damage. It's basically damage control.
Mm-hmm.
And so you do that by having a game plan and having something you can depend on day in, day out. So that, by the way, that's why my best average was in Houston.
Yep.
Because you know why? I could get the dosage right. No rain delays. I mean, playing in Philly is rough.
You never know when it's going to rain.
You have to reload. No, you have to reload. Rain delay. You have to take more shit.
Right.
So see, in Houston, you knew what to take. You knew exactly when to take it. You could blast off and go.
That's crazy. What a life.
Yeah. It wasn't that crazy, really. I mean, it only was crazy when I was in fucking Florida.
Right.
When after rain, the humidity is so fucking and that's when I'm taking 30 Vicodin, when it's really bad.
The Vicodin started with the car accident in Philly, huh? When you bruised your heart.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I didn't know what a Vicodin was, but that's when they gave them to me. But how it started was so as you get older, your body starts breaking down, and it's just the way it is, especially if you play hard. So, my teammates, I used to see them drinking 15, 18 beers, I take their pain away, and, I'm always kind of ahead of the curve in my mind, So I said to my trainer, there's got to be something better. I mean, come on. He says, well, I can give you one of these pills. So he gave me a 5 milligram Vicodin. And so, I took that in one drink, and I fucking thought I reinvented the wheel. I mean, I was fuck, I figured it out again. I get these guys all. And I felt great the next day. I mean, and that's the thing with drugs, or opiates. Right now there's an opiate epidemic in this country. But with opiates, it doesn't matter what you're taking. You're going to get to the same place every time, and that's a dead end. Meaning, you're going to either go 5 miles an hour or 100 miles an hour. And once you get on that road, there's no exits. You can't say, I want to get off because I don't feel good. I mean, getting off opiates was probably the hardest thing I've ever done, and the most painful thing, because it's physical. So there's a whole set chapter about me going to Israel on that.
Yeah, there is.
Your son is married to Jamie Lynn Sigler. Sigler? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a baby.
How's she doing?
They have a baby, Bo. He's got a baby now. He's 3. She's doing okay. She came out with a mess, and my son's he's a great kid, man. He's a great father, great husband. He lives right. I mean, so he kind of got like the little bit of good from me, but like none of my bad.
Well, that's good.
But he got all the good from my wife, ex-wife, who was a great woman. So I'm really proud of him. He just retired, by the way, but he's a like I said, he's a better father and husband than I could ever be.
They're telling us we have to wrap up.
Yeah, the book is amazing, Lenny.
I appreciate that.
House of Nails.
I did the whole book. I had no problem listening to the whole thing.
I appreciate that.
Really honest, a lot of stories and insight, and
and then at the end I pull back into what it's about. It's about family. Like that's what hurt me the most in this book, or this whole process was what I did to my family.
Right.
So I appreciate that.
Absolutely. It's called House of Nails. They're saying you got to go. We can talk to for another
people.
Half hour easily. So
you didn't even get like the Swedish pussy and all that. Nothing. No, you don't want any.
What do you mean Swedish pussy?
Well, that's just like we have Swedish, we have like Venezuelan.
Right.
I mean, pick a country.
Where is the best?
Yeah,
Rio.
Where's the best pussy?
Well, I mean, I'm more into the Latin American look, Barcelona, But I have to go. Which reminds me of this one chick, actually.
Yeah, go ahead, Lenny.
Yeah, you got to hear this story, dude.
Please.
It's so
Of
great.
course.
It's him.
No,
they're looking at me. Lenny is talking
hold
about
on.
pussy.
One more story, though.
One more story. Roland doesn't like pussy.
Fuck themselves.
Go ahead, Lenny, you tell the story.
So when I was 18, 18, there's this chick named Poppy. Like, she was a queen and had the best natural rack. And you just start, when you're 18, you start plowing. And so as I'm fucking tagging it, she kept saying, I gotta go. I'm gonna go. Where the fuck are you gonna go? She meant she was gonna, come, So, but I've never heard that.
Me neither.
But now so if you ever hear I gotta go. So I can end on that one. I gotta go. Pretty good, right? I didn't even try it. It's
there's a tie. I see. It was
I didn't
a tie
try that, though, dude.
It was a tie into
No,
you have to go.
No, usually there is a tie-in. That's why I'm over $1 million in strip clubs,
Right.
Because, see, I'm selling dreams, bro. And because sometimes the promise of money is actually more powerful than the money itself.
Yeah.
But in the strip joint, I got fucking no chance. They want the money now.
Yeah, up front.
The sound. So all my fucking, spinning my yarn is worthless.
Sign with Sirius if you want a promise of money.
Anyways, man, thanks for having me.
Thank you, Lenny.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Open the door and grab them then. They're panicking. Lenny Dykstra, House of Nails.
Where am I going?
Well, you got to sign a book for my... you got to sign a book. You're going to Mad Dog. Roland, did you get him to sign one yet?
No,
Can you sign this for... What happened? You want this?
Could you sign it real quick?
What?
He yells all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, Mad Dog?
Yeah,
you're going on the show where he yells a lot. Yes, Mad Dog. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll wrap up next. Stay there. Lenny Dykstra, House of Nails. Thank you, sir.
On the brink of 4th of July weekend, Dennis Falcone playing the American tunes from Jay and the Americans.
Yeah, we're wrapping up.
I might change into my sweatpants while we're doing this because I have to go. Don't everybody get all turned on and shiznit. I have to go to the gym. I have a quick meeting. I have to go to the gym. So I'm trying to. What am I doing? Who cares?
All right, Voss just tapped out. He's out.
That's fine.
He'll be at Gotham Comedy Club this weekend. And I want to thank Lenny Dykstra. Yes. The book is very good.
Yes.
House of Nails.
Yeah, Lenny was, he's done a lot of these.
He seemed a little tired.
Yeah, he's tuckered out.
He's tuckered out from doing a lot of these.
Yeah.
He's had it. Don't blame him. You know, you're spending a lot of time promoting a book, and then you finally get to a point where you've had it. They said he almost canceled 20 minutes before the appearance because he was having a meltdown. Roland, what do you got? What do you got behind the scenes here?
What do you got?
What do you got?
Hopefully it rhymes with a main moomer.
He doesn't want to be on Mad Dog. He told us that. Oh.
I'm sorry.
What?
My joke was terrible.
What do you got, Roland, behind the scenes?
He's an interesting fella. He told me that joke 4 more times. He goes, nice shorts, nice legs. Thanks for dressing up for me.
Oh.
And then he told me about how big Daryl Strawberry's dick was.
How big was it?
He said, right here.
Why did he tell us that?
Yeah, well,
I forgot.
He said if he wore shorts, his dick would be sticking out of his shorts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, good for Daryl.
Absolutely. Reminds me of myself.
Yeah. He goes, Doc Dick, I don't know, but Daryl's dick out of your shorts. So I'm like, all right.
And he doesn't want to do Mad Dog show, huh?
He's walking very slow. he goes, what's this? I go, that's shade 45. Well, take me around. I go, yeah, you interviewed there.
He kept telling me, that's the guy that yells a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, he said.
And then he said something I couldn't understand, but basically, yeah, we got into it.
Yeah, he said.
And then there was a little of that, and I couldn't figure out what he got into.
But he's signing our
Mad
books,
Dog.
and Opie's asking him more questions. Every time he stop and answer,
Right.
and I'm like, stop asking him questions. And Opie's like, how's your portfolio? You know.
He has a baseball.
Well, I asked him about his portfolio because he was huge in the financial community. Know what he said to me? My portfolio, I'm staying away from pussy, and it's all about getting head now. That's his portfolio. He explained it to me. It's more about getting head than.
Can't argue with that. That's a damn good life
and he's
philosophy.
like, those dick pills will kill you.
He's right.
I want to know about the market. Give me a tip or two. He was good with the tip or two.
I
back
could
in
have told
the
you
day.
about the dick pill.
He loved the interview. He goes, I won't stay here longer. Get me back in there. It's the other interviews. Fuck. So,
I hope I
right?
certainly hope Lenny is doing all right, man. I hope. He was unbelievable as a player. Unfucking believable. You remember the home run, right? Game 3?
Oh, yeah.
NLCS?
Jumped up and I hit the ceiling, broke the ceiling tile in my house.
Really?
Yeah, I was in the
Oh,
den.
God, I hope you're okay.
Oh, I'm okay.
Against the Astros, right?
Yep.
Dented putting those ceiling, a little head.
Now,
Yep.
number 4.
Naked man. He was treated at Bellevue Hospital for minor injuries. Minor.
And
to his legs and a cut to one arm.
There you go.
Sustained in the fall to the ground, an NYPD spokeswoman said. So that's the end of the naked guy. That
Looks a lot worse than that.
He probably had a lot of painkillers before he fell.
Man, I mean, it looked a hell of a lot worse than that. He's
Bye,
lucky.
guys. Sorry to interrupt you. I got to run.
No,
I got a
no,
meeting,
see
and I
you.
got to go to the
Can't
gym.
go yet. We got to say
Have
happy
a wonderful weekend. Have fun in Wildwood.
Yes, we will.
And I'll see you.
And we'll see you in about a week.
I'll be in Vegas. Yeah, check out the UFC podcast. It's up now.
That's right. You're going to UFC 200.
I'm going to 200. We're doing 2 live broadcasts out there.
That's awesome.
2 podcasts. It's going to be awesome. So.
Very cool. We'll see you soon, Jimmy.
Yes, sir. Have fun.
I'm surprised that Jimmy's not going to Mike Tyson's birthday. 50 years young today.
Where is it?
What's that?
When?
No, I don't know. It was just,
You're just doing
yeah, I was just
DJ
doing
Babble.
I was just doing some DJ Babble.
Maybe I'll see Mike while I'm out there. I saw him
bet
last
you
time.
would run into Mike in Vegas. He'll be at UFC 200, I bet.
I hope so, yeah, if he's around. I'll just see him.
And our episode that we were on, the Jim Gaffigan Show, that's going to air Sunday, July 10th. So we're not going to be on the radio until after that, the day after that. So please check out me and Jimmy on Jim Gaffigan Show, Sunday, July 10th. They gave us a nice fucking little scene, so we'll see how they cut it up, but who knows? We're excited.
If you're in Miami, give Eric a Cuban sandwich.
Tonight, Sam Roberts' show is live at 7 for the first annual Sam-iversary from the Fishbowl. Replays at 10 o'clock p.m.
Tough getting tickets for that one, huh?
And then Friday at 6, it's Eric Schnagel's 2-year anniversary from Demented Brewery. He already taped that. We're airing that on Friday at 6. And then Roland's Food Court Friday at 8 p.m. with Carl Ruse.
The Mad Cuban.
Mad Cuban featuring Netflix Chef Table.
The Chef Table chefs.
All right.
The best in the world.
Dennis Falcone, thank you so much.
My pleasure playing the hits for you. Have a great 4th of July weekend.
I want to thank Vic Henley, too.
Oh.
Hey, anytime, guys.
I want to thank Opie for dinner.
Yeah, that was delicious.
Vic Henley did the whole week with us. Thank you, Vic.
Anytime, dude.
All right, we'll see you soon.
And now just take us out, Dennis.
Have a great and safe 4th of July weekend, and whatever you do, make sure you take us along for the ride. Sirius Radio with a whole bunch of great music channels and talk, and we'll be playing this show throughout the weekend.
Why are you turning them off of our channel to go listen to music?
Music. Take music to the beach.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
To the beach, the backyard, the pool, the boat.
Kill yourself.